Hey! Welcome back to the Mensch Ball Grid. My name is Andre, and I'm joined by Pat. Pat, how's it going, man?
Hey! It's good to be here.
Hey, it's been a minute. Yo, it's Thursday, November 5th, 2020. How you all doing? Pat, you and I just got on the call maybe 10-15 minutes ago. We didn't even have time really to catch up. We were just struggling with making the webcam and the audio work. But it seems good, man.
Yeah.
How you been? It's been a minute.
Yeah, no, I've been fine. Nothing new to report. I think I mentioned we're playing Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah.
We're trying to get into that. Yeah.
That's been good.
Oh, and Hades. A lot of Hades since last we spoke.
Everyone's playing a lot of Hades, and
yeah.
I don't want to be that guy who, liked it when it wasn't cool.
Oh, yeah, liked it when it was cool. Yeah, you were into it when it was on Epic. And...
Yeah. No, actually, on Steam. I'm not that cool.
Okay.
I'm not that cool to be on Epic. Actually, I just realized the window is wide open, and I'm gonna deal with that so it's not really loud and not everyone can hear us. That's not tuning in on purpose.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to banter for 5 seconds?
I'd love to. We can talk about windows being open. We can talk about someone saying my audio is echoing.
Hey, is Pat's audio echoing? Yo, Jogging, we got votes. We got the best votes. Has anybody called anything yet? I don't know, Pat. We don't get too political on this channel, but as a Canadian, I've been watching American election. It's exciting.
Yeah, me too. Exciting, heart-wrenching sometimes. It's difficult to watch. There's a lot of it's difficult to watch because people you were kind of rooting for kind of fall apart at the last second. Things that you were hoping to turn out not quite turning out the way that you hoped.
Yeah.
But overall, things looking. I don't want to say positive, but
yeah, it's just so obviously mail-in votes. It's going to take a longer time to count, so I don't think we're going to hear a result till the end of this week, maybe. So who knows? But how's everyone doing? We don't have to dwell too much on that because so much of the rest of the world already is. Marco J. Bud, yo, how's it going? He's hi Andre, hi Pat. Yo, it just feels like yesterday we're talking, man. Giles, what up? Pat's audio's goofed. What's goofed about it? What does it sound like?
Coming through twice. So
okay. That makes a lot of sense. Coming through twice. Echo. Okay, that's bad. Okay, give me 1 second. We've had this issue before. And I think I know why this could be. So output device speakers. Okay. Okay. One more time.
Okay. Hey, my name is Patrick. I'm happy to be here.
Pat, I fixed it. I hit one button and I think I nailed it. Yo, chat, is this good? How incomprehensible was that? And how much better is it now? Please say 100.
Okay, I'm just going to keep on talking until someone
100.
Says...
That's a good number. Okay, that's 100. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I had you in twice. That one's on me. That one's totally on me. Sorry, I wonder how bad that was to listen to. We can recap everything we said for those who missed the last minute because the audio sucked. Hope you're doing well. It's November 5th. It's been a long week, and there's a lot of people in chat. So we're going to say hello. Marc Andre, how you doing, bud? Giles, Pat's audio's goofed. Fixed it. Corey also pointing it out. I appreciate it. No, we really do. Ian as well. That's actually a really good way to I don't know if y'all do this on purpose in your media, but you specifically do a goof. You do something wrong for engagement's sake. Where
it's like when you make I was about to say it's like when you're making a pie, you don't want to make it too perfect. You want to make it look homemade.
Yeah, because if you go to the contest, you go to the pie baking contest, and people were like, "Wow, did you try this?" I'm gonna say carrot pie because I thought that was a reasonable pie at the moment. Have you tried that apple pie? Have you tried that pecan pie? But then someone says, "Did you try that pie? It had a lot of salt in it." And then people are talking about that for a long time. It becomes like the talk of the pie contest. That pie was
you could remember that pie.
Fucking garbage.
Yep.
That's kind of the way that we've been building this channel for a while now, which is cool.
It was rough, though Pat was mostly intelligible. That sounds like me most of the time.
So the audio might have been fine.
The audio was fine. Patrick was mostly intelligible.
Oh, man. Oh, what up, Jogging, Plumbing, Stoppable. It was CyberPat for a few minutes, but now it's all good. How's it going, boys? It's going okay. It's going all right. Could be worse. Hades is fire. It really is. It is really good. I have to revisit it.
Yeah.
Sponsored content to some extent.
Well, are you waiting until the Switch and the PC can cross save?
Yeah. I'm way ahead on the Switch version. Sorry, no, I'm way ahead on the Steam version. That one's been out for a while, and so I'm just gonna wait for cross save. But I realize on Switch, in fact, on every platform, there's multiple save slots. So even if I don't wait, like it's not gonna override my save if I don't want it to. I've been playing Dead by Daylight. I've been playing a lot of stuff actually.
Oh, cool.
Dead by Daylight, I've been playing. I'm like 15 hours in. Let me tell you, Killer A+, Survivor, I can't figure it out. Can't figure it out at all. Killer though, 10 out of 10. What else is good? I beat some stuff. I've been playing PlayStation 2 emulation because it's so good. I've been like ripping all my PS2 discs. What have I been playing? Burnout 3. I just beat the Grand Prix race. I was playing some Splinter Cell. Playing Fur Fighters in like fucking pseudo 4K. There's something so cool. I need to show this. Like old games look like old games, like PlayStation 2 games look like PlayStation 2 games, but emulators now let you like upscale anti-aliasing, run it at any resolution, and anything that has like a strong art style. We talked about Fur Fighters on this channel before, but anything that has a strong art style that isn't trying to be like realistic, look, it looks really good. Because when you blow something like this up, oh, the image is not in the right place, right? Like this sort of thing, which is which is like cell shaded, like it looks crisp and clean and good. Big fan.
Let me bring up a picture of Fur Fighters so I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think you can see it. I think I'm screen sharing.
You're screen sharing just the Twitch homepage.
The fuck? Oh, that's on me. Okay, I'll fix that. Good to know.
Anyway, yeah, Fur Fighters.
Def Jam.
Kind of like Conker's back Fur J. Bad Fur J.
yeah, kind of. It's not as adult. Anyways, good stuff. That's what I'm doing. TF2 4K, really pretty. I believe it. Pat's voice still kind of blows out on the high end. That's just though like Pat's microphone setup, I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll bring it down a wee bit. Sam, how's it going? Wait. You're talking about how OG you are and you were playing it on Steam? Yeah, I know. I don't really touch the Epic Store. Plywood also, how's it going? Okay. Anywho, I feel like I played some other stuff, but that's good enough. I want to do this at the end of the year. I have a list. I've been writing down like a notes list of all the games that I've played and largely beat this year, and it's like it's getting there. It's like a long ass list. I just beat Ghost Runner. We talked about that on the show. That doesn't take that long.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's like
cool.
It took me maybe 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I've been playing some Factorio since that just came out of early access with some friends, and like that, it's overwhelming for me. Like I don't log in to the multiplayer server every day, so my friends, like I will miss a couple days, and then I come back and the factory's expanded by an order of magnitude, and I'm totally lost.
Yeah,
but it's still fun. It's still fun to see what my friend what weird spaghetti of conveyor belts my friends have constructed to get or from point A to point B.
And then suddenly they're working with technology you don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here, I'm just going to share the right window, and then we should be off to the races. I just want to share a screen, not a window. So that should be it. How's that? That seems better, right?
Now I see Netrunner DB.
Cool. Krez, how's it going? Let's run some nets. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do some building today. We have some like stupid, silly ideas. But firstly, we're talking about the deck list of the week, and this was actually the deck list that I personally nominated as a huge trendsetter here on Netrunner DB. That is now the deck list of the week. This is a cool deck. I don't know if you've seen this so far, Pat, but it's very similar to some of the old basically ASAP Pawn Shop, Press Cyber Trooper to loot kind of builds that we've been seeing mostly actually out of Anarch, because with the heap breakers you can reinstall those hopefully cheaply and then pawn them over and over again. And when your MK Ultra comes in at 3 strength or your Black Orchestra comes in at 4 strength, it's actually like a pretty good breaker at dealing with high strength code gates.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just pawn it and you're good to go. And on top of that, this is Cabanessa Wu. So in theory, even by turn 1, if you have enough money, you can pull all your breakers into the bin by using some sort of tricks, and then you're good to go. Now, it's an interesting list, and if you go through the comments, there's actually a lot of really cool comments of what you could do with the list. And I think when we played this last week, I think we pointed out some things that we think we could do a bit differently. Now, there's one thing that we need a ruse lawyer to figure out how this works, because I don't know. But Flameout is a neat card, right? Because Flameout says it gives you a lot of credits, right? And at the end of the turn, if it trashes your breaker, that's fine. You can't ace-ups pawn shop it, but you're like doing nothing else, right? Like you're getting all this free money, and then you can pawn out the Flameout, right? Can you use Flameout credits to install an MK Ultra or a Paperclip or a Black Orchestra? Because it says you can use the Flameout credits to use the program.
To use, yeah.
But classically using means like to do an ability on the program. And I don't think paying install costs. Like it's worth noting with self-modifying code, if you used Flameout for self-modifying code, you could use the 2 credits to trigger self-modifying code, but you couldn't use those credits to do the install cost. Yeah. So that's my guess. I don't think you can do it, but I think they there's some comments in here that kind of say that you, or suggest that you might be able to. Yeah, Fluby says Arc Lockdown. Yeah, if we get Arc Lockdown, we're done. But like,
well, yeah.
What can you do? Jal says, I played 0 games bar Netrunner. I did check my Kindle history though, and I've read 46 novels this year. Yo.
Oh, good for you.
That's a lot of book.
I'm way behind on my reading list for this year, although I have read a few good ones recently as part of book club.
Is book club still going on online, I take it?
Yeah, so I do book club over Zoom. And nice. I mean, I'm not going to mention my secret book club. I probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't mention that.
You already too much, yeah.
Yeah, boy, I've already given away. But yeah, we do it over Zoom. We have a good time.
Spicy says, how do you check that? What do you mean? How many books you've read, or how's it going, by the way? Daojin, how's it going? Yo, your deck list. There's a trick against Arc Lockdown Chameleon. Yeah, there is a single Chameleon, and Chameleon is pretty clumsy. Like, one of the cool things about doing this sort of archetype, like this sort of archetype works in a lot of different shapers, right? Like you could play Reaver in this list. I think that's an interesting thing to do, whether you have the influence to do it. I think you can play this in Haley. That's kind of the problem. A lot of people would say like any shaper deck is usually just better in Haley. One link and the ability to pull your cards from your deck, it's okay. Yeah, with
Boomerang.
Yeah, we have a Boomerang and an HQ interface, and I think that's interesting. Also, like, Harbinger is definitely a good card when it comes to a pawn shop deck, but like it feels so much worse when you're not clicklessly installing it with Haley. Like spending a click to install this, which is like a really low tempo play in theory. Now it does pay off 6 credits once you are set up in 2 turns. That's feels good. With Haley does it for free, obviously that's a big deal. Some people are saying like dropping HQ interface, which is a really interesting include. I'm surprised that there's an HQ interface in this deck. It's very expensive on top of things like Hunting Grounds, or not Hunting Grounds, like Turning Wheel that you could play, which is also a good card, but maybe doesn't, like R&D interface doesn't require it. People are saying maybe to play Gauntlet, which gives you more MU, which you don't exactly need, but this deck could be running Rezekis. It's not. I'm actually interested about the Rezeki thing because this deck is running data folding, which like Rezeki is very comparable to data folding. If you ran Rezeki instead, and then you had a console, and then maybe you just play stim hacks so they can early get Rezekis out using Cabanessa Wu's ability, but then I think you need self-modifying code. Daijin says Gauntlet is better than HQ interface. I wouldn't be surprised. This Boomerang is also an option if we do get locked out, but I also don't know if it's necessary. I guess it's for like early game aggression. But again, with Cabo, you're pretty good against early game aggression. I don't know. It's neat. I think 3 Cyber Trooper 2 loop might be a lot. I feel like you only need 1 because it's unique. I know you need it early, but I don't think you need it. And maybe you could get Procos or something else on this list. DreamNet's also...
You go down to 1 or down to 2?
I think maybe definitely 2 because I feel like this deck needs it. I don't think you do just 1, but I think 3 might be a bit luxurious. You might not need it.
Especially because it's running 46 cards, a classic Patrick number.
Yeah. I don't like care too much about 46. 46 is fine. Whatever. Daijin says it's now 2x
criticized, and never mind. I'm not going to get into it right now. Okay? I'm not going to.
Takobi, by the way, is also really cool, and I think like this is where the double value gets in. And like you have 3 Cyber Trooper Talut and a single Takobi. I think like 2 and 1 Takobi, you might be good enough. Takobi's really good. Also, like the last week we played against Limes' combo deck, the 1-to-1 Worlds, and that's obviously a meta call whether you want to tech against it. In that matchup, we had literally nothing to deal with that deck. And I'm not saying that you need to tech with that deck, but if we want to tech against that deck, if that is very popular because it is maybe an exciting deck, maybe it's obviously a very good deck, you could put in like an Artist Colony and
Artist Colony for sure.
You'd be good. Yeah. You'd be totally fine. Diogen says you really need the Cyber Trooper. If you need to drop a card, drop 1 Aesop. I'm really surprised about that. I really am. Like I think 2 Cyber Trooper is enough with Takobi, but I don't know. Aesop seems like so much of the money in this deck that going down to 3 seems wild. That being said, we do have spec work, and we didn't mention this. This does make the as Professor Plywood said, this makes the Harbingers feel a little bit better and on tempo, right?
True.
But yeah, cards like this to me always seemed like, so this is 2 clicks, like 1 click to install, 1 click to do this. So you're spending 2 clicks to gain 3 credits and draw 2 cards, which obviously is like, it's not the worst, but it doesn't sound amazing.
And it helps you.
When you
I can see why you'd go. Yeah, I can see why you'd go down to 2 pawn shops because this can help you get to those pawn shops. Like you play the spec works until you get the pawn shop.
Yeah. But it's obviously an interesting build. It doesn't have a lot against, like, I think against assets, if you're worried about it, the best thing you can get is like early data foldings. And again, Rizekis and stim hacks might be a way to get into here. But at that point, you're getting like closer to all the same
and
deck.
The idea is that, unless I'm mistaken, you are trashing your programs before data folding triggers. So you're always going to get the data folding credit. Right?
Yeah, in theory. But like if you do play instead, like if you play Gauntlet, I think that gives you 2 MU. But like, I don't know. I think this deck incentivizes you so heavily to trash most of your breakers. I don't know how often you'll be at more than 3 MU, right? And that's what data folding like works. If you had a console, it would help. If you had MU, it would help. But like Harbinger is 0 MU, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So there's not a lot that's going to stay on the table. And Chameleon obviously bounces back all you want. Your Chameleon's also really cool because it's not an AI, right? So as long as you have to click to install Chameleon, which has generally been the most taxing part of it, Takobi's pretty good with it. Like, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, of course, you can put your Chameleon on top of your Flame Out and then return it to hand. So you actually don't ever pay for breaking with Chameleon if you don't want to. Because these two triggers happen at the same time, right? So you can choose which one you want to fire. Cool. You want to give it a shot, dude?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay, let's queue up a game. So Reaver, I think, is like 4 influence, maybe 3. I think it's 4, and I think Reaver is like a really interesting card for any pawn shop deck that needs draw. And I think if you're doing that, like that kind of takes up the spec work slot, or maybe gets you closer to like a sort of Haley. I don't know.
Yeah.
Daijin says Gauntlet lets you keep on the board. Takobi, Misdirection, and Paperclip. Yeah, right. So you can actually keep those around. The thing is, like, there's so many matchups where you don't need the Misdirection that you just pawn it. But yeah, refine this one before we play it. I think Jogging, we never had a chance to actually play this one properly against the sort of deck that I think it's favored against, like the Limes deck. We have literally no tech. And you need tech in that matchup. So I want to try one like this and then see where we go from there. But I feel like there is definitely tuning you can do this list. Daijin says the changes they made is +1 Boomerang, +1 Gauntlet. They're losing the Hunting Grounds, losing an R&D interface, and losing an HQ interface. Okay, I'm going to mute this because I think it's coming through. So another problem, Pat, I don't know how this comes through on the stream, or let alone for the people that live around me, is whenever I have these headphones on, when we're doing like a thing, I start yelling because I can't hear myself. Here we go. Hey. All right, so we're against Spark Agency, which is going to be an economic denial ability. That means we want to keep our money up. So the best things we can have in our opening hand is ways to deal with assets, which we don't have. A strong economy would good. I think our best opening would be like daily cast into data folding, because data folding largely just turns off Spark Agency. How do you feel about this hand?
Honestly, I don't hate this hand. Like it's got the ace off, it's got the Harbinger. Like I feel like this hand is okay.
So I don't think we can contest the board turn 1, but even if they like ping us for 2 credit loss, like we can always install Aesop's, install Harbinger, and then next turn play Gamble. Oh, hey Vincent. Excellent. Vincent, that's Ransom. They're usually in chat. They're keeping their hand. And we've played actually a lot of Spark Agency over the last couple weeks. We built a deck. We played against Julien last week. Julien played a Spark Agency deck. Good luck. Have fun, eh? Agendas, who needs them? Let's keep this. No sports. You can use Flame Out with Chameleon with great effect. That makes sense. Daijin, you can't install Heat Breakers, right? With Chameleon. That doesn't make sense to me. Or sorry, with Flame Out. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so Ice, that over Archives looks like a product placement. It looks like they're not going to get a double ping. So if we want to click for a credit to play the Sure Gamble, we can. I don't know how good that is, but we could.
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Hey, wait, what's the alternative here? Put like draw, install Harbinger, install Aesop's?
Yeah, which in theory is more efficient because we're not spending a clicking for a credit, right?
Yeah, well, let's draw first anyway, see what happens.
Okay. So pawn shop can't pawn itself, so we can always draw once more and do like pawn shop into Harbinger, and then I think the only thing we get goofed by is like Malia Zaloka.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, we'll draw once more.
Can we yeah, I've got a rules question.
Shoot.
Can we install over when you've got unique assets? Can you install over the Aesop's with another Aesop's to negate Malia?
Yes, yeah, totally.
Cool. All right, so there you go. So Aesop's Harbinger.
Cool. There we go. So we're not clicking for a credit for this turn. There's a small chance we'll start our turn on 1 credit if there's like 2 reses, which there's a possibility here. And there's a hedge fund ransom on 1 card in hand, and there's a tiered subscription. So we're down now on 2 credits. But if we pawn something here, they have a reaction window before we play the gamble. So there you go. They did, in theory, get us there with the Maryland. But we know there's nothing on the board. And they have 1 card in HQ. So there's a chance that's an agenda. If it's a Bologna at this point, it's hard to interact with. So I guess we can just keep setting up, right?
Yep, let's draw.
So that's pretty good. This is a tiered subscription, by the way, which the first time we run, we gain a credit. So if we do nothing, that obviously benefits them because they're going to get this. But in theory, we could like trash this and hope that 1 card in their hand isn't. Like we could do credit, gamble, trash this, which is going to be a lot of money lost for them. They're going to gain 1. We're going to spend 3. But I don't know. If that 1 card in their hand has to be hard-hitting news. I feel like that's the play here.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. So we are going to click for credit, just so that we can run here. And we always have a misdirection from our deck, which we can cabiness out if we really need to. So they gain a credit, but we're going to trash that for 3, and they can shuffle it. But that means they're going to lose 2 credits, let alone the 8 that was off short there. All right. They have a hard-hitting news now. There you go.
Nope.
We're going to pawn this?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we can just keep the board down and get our economy, like this deck doesn't do a lot. I'm surprised why they put product placement on archives. I guess against DreamNet, that's okay. But if we want to like trash the tiered subscription, this could be a Maryland. If it was a pad campaign, I don't know if they res it now. What do you want to do?
Let me see. Draw first. See what we get.
That's perfect. That's really good.
That's good. Yeah, put that down. Put the Harbinger down. Maybe draw again first.
Okay. That's good too. So now if we basically get our economy stabilized, we can start checking the board and keeping them down. The worst case server 3, I think, is it's a Rashida by a big margin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another Maryland. So I think next turn we can afford to trash both of these. Because we're going to get a 4 credit boost at the top of the turn.
Tiered subscription is every time there's a run, or the first time there's a run?
Just the first per turn, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pawn this. Okay, now the issue is we don't have our 2 link yet because we haven't played our Toulouse. Our DreamNet doesn't give us our credit. So if we install this, it's kind of a bit much. But they haven't res an ad yet. Do we want to deal with the tiered subscription? I think we want to deal with the Maryland at a minimum.
I think we deal with the Maryland, but do we want to go down to like, do we want to put down DreamNet and go that poor?
No, I don't think we can.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just deal with the Maryland.
So they might have economic warfare in their hand. Let's see if they shuffle that in. At this point, we've already run, so we could deal with the tiered subscription and click twice and then just hope for the best. Or we can start checking stuff.
Sure. No, that's okay with me.
Okay, because like Mumbed Virtual Tour could be a disaster. I don't know if they're on it. And we can just click twice here. Like we're going to get 4 credits off the top. We can always pull for... Right, if we want to use Cabinet's ability to pull misdirection, yeah, that's really bad. Now they're going to score an MCA, what's it called? An AR enhanced security from hand, which they just draw to Rashida. So now everything we trash is a tag. So, oh wow, okay, that's huge. They didn't get it. So if they need to score a 2-pointer from hand, so we have to run server 4. That's another tiered subscription. We lose a credit. Looks good for them. Okay.
Cool. Let's see.
Diogen says, I prefer pressuring the corp instead of trashing assets. Yeah, I think that that's obviously pretty good. And we have a link which works against NBA Knights, but a lot of this is going to be like pop-up window or an or congratulations or the other one, which means that we'll lose money and they'll gain money. Yeah, special offer, that's the one. So it's going to be hard to pressure. I think we have to run this. Otherwise they're going to get like I guess a Beal.
A Beal and then a Bologna?
Yeah, let's just pressure it.
Like best case, yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, Bologna is obviously an issue. They wouldn't get 5 credits, but they'll be on game point if they do Beal to Bologna. They gained a credit because we ran the second tier subscription. That's fine. Fine. That's a FC3. We
click. Yeah.
We click through that. That means that's a good way to keep your tier subscriptions around, eh? And we ran out of things to pawn, which is obviously a huge bummer. Okay, the Marylands keep coming back. All right. Well, so much of the money's tied into that Maryland right now, but we need stuff to pawn. And I don't think we're worried about anything here with 2 credits. Like, I think Rashida is the best case.
Yeah. I don't think we have to run that, right?
No, we definitely don't. If anything, we want to run the Maryland. But we need to get something here to pawn.
Yeah, and we want to run when they're like, we don't want to give them a free credit when they're on 2, even though that we could trash the Maryland, right? Like,
I think we need to trust the Maryland because, like, if we don't trust the Maryland, they gain 2. If we trash the Maryland, they gain 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we definitely trash the Maryland.
Yeah, sure.
Right? I think we go and draw first into something to pawn. Okay, so that's the problem. If we trash this, we're not gonna have daily cast money, so we could sit back a turn, and basically they only gain 1 more credit than normal because tier subscription means they would get 1. So if we install the daily cast, that we don't make a profit for a couple turns. What's the cheapest thing that we can pawn? Nothing. Like, this obviously, like, Haley Pawn Shop is really good because then you don't spend clicks installing stuff.
Yeah, I'm in favor of playing the daily casts, honestly.
But then we're resigning for Tepid. Like, I think we play cast click too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we'll be on 6 credits next turn. Oh, that's fine. Their money's bad. I think at this point we just start running HQ. Trash the tier subscription, run HQ. Oh shit, now they have more money. As long as we run first click. Yeah, so there has to be at least 2 agendas in HQ based off of this ice placement. So I think we can sit back and do nothing and just like build up our shaper economy.
Yeah, wait for them to make a play here.
Okay. All right, let's just keep going through the deck, setting up.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Cool. Yeah.
We're not Haley, so we're going to throw out a card here. So the Cyber Trooper loot gives us 2 link to help with the Dream Note, which is nice if we're running, but also gives us link, which means we're 2 link against hardening news, against IP block, resistor, whatever they have.
Yeah, I think it's time to play one of those. And
so Flameout in theory is the same as clicking for credit because you can pawn it.
So you want to play it just to pawn it because we have a backup?
Well, I don't see us needing this anytime soon. Like, that's a cool thing about Flameout, right? Like, you can Cabinessa woo out in Black Orchestra and put on the Flameout.
Yeah.
And then get a trash and you don't care. And then we break Fairchild once for free. This is where Haley Proko shines. The do nothing plan is better. Yeah, this deck is obviously very run oriented because it wants to get its breakers down and then pawn them. Sorry, Pat, I cut you off.
No, that's all right. Yeah. Let's play a Flameout, see what happens.
Okay, so that's the only issue now. Is like we're committed to pawning that, or in theory we don't have to pawn it. We could spec work it, which is technically better. But I don't know what we're drawing into here. I think the best thing we want is another data folding or another daily cast. I'm gonna get rid of
spec work. Spec work is only for programs, right?
Oh, touche. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, we gotta get rid of something. I'd rather get rid of the Cyber Trooper because this could in theory be blanked by Malia, and this is virtual, so Malia can't.
Oh, cool.
Why won't it?
Yeah, let's do.
Cool. Frank, what up? Summon Harbinger and spec in next turn? Oh yeah, you're right. You can totally do that. But at that point, like, what is that? That's like 2 clicks for 2 cards and 4 credits. No, that's okay. It's not amazing. But then it's on the table, which is good. Yeah, that's okay.
And then it's on the table, and then we got a flip over card. Yeah, I think that's a cool idea. How many Harbingers are there in this deck?
All 3.
Okay, cool.
It hung on the last turn, but it seems good now. It's 4 cards, and you install the Harbinger. Yeah, so it's 2 clicks for. Wait, what? 4 cards? No. What do you mean? How's it going, Sid? The Harb comes out of your deck. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean, right? It filters cards out of your deck, but
sure.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. In theory, it's pretty good value. That's a cool Cabinessa trick. This deck also has 3 copies of Rejig, which feels a bit what's the word?
Excessive. You feel like it only needs maybe 2?
Yeah, but excessive, but in terms of luxury.
I mean, it works with Cyber Trooper Talent. I can see why it's there. If you have a revert.
Oh yeah, it's okay. So this looks like a Bologna.
Yeah.
Now, us pressuring that seems pretty difficult. Are we going to pawn the Flameout? I think we need to. Otherwise, I think we need to.
I feel like, but then the next time we put, like, yes, we gain a credit, but then the next time we put out a flame out, we basically just traded a credit for a click, right?
Yeah, it was like clicking for credit because we're gonna have to throw out a card anyways. The thing is, like, if we don't pawn it, there's no way we're taking a Bologna. Zero chance.
I think there's.
But I don't think
there's zero chance anyway.
I agree with you. Yeah, we'd have to like click through the Fairchild 3, and then this doesn't seem good. We need to like get our money to a point where we can run.
I like the idea of using Woo to get out a Harbinger.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So we're gonna use Cabinessa to install a program, non-virus, lowering its cost by 1. At the end of the turn, it will be trashed if it's still installed. So we're gonna install a Harbinger, and we're gonna spec work it. Okay, this is not the stuff we want to draw. Now, honestly, we could just say fuck it, R&D interface. And even it forks them pretty well this turn, right? Like we can install the R&D interface. Yeah. We could even threaten a run. Now, Fairchild 3 will absolutely hose us. Next turn, we're going to get 6 credits with daily cast and data folding. So we don't need to show it. Basically, we can let them score this. And then next turn, we can install R&D interface. So in theory, we could just like put down DreamNet and click for 1 and then set up next turn that we could probably run through a single piece of ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Let's try that.
Yo, what up? When you with the Harbinger and spec it out, you get 3 credits next turn when you pawn it. Yeah, totally. Like it sets you up for the future. So that's probably Bologna. If it was a big deal, we'd feel better about ourselves. And they have some good money. So we're gonna start pawning stuff. We're gonna pawn the daily casts. We're gonna wait till after the money comes out because the start of turn triggers, you can choose as many. And so we're just gonna start smashing.
Oh, I didn't realize you could do it in that order.
Yeah, on JNet. On JNet.
The last time I was using ASAPs. Yep.
That's the bad one, but that's okay. We'll just trash our Harbinger and
True.
Oh no, it fires. No, it just fires. It doesn't really matter what we do. Our install cards are worth 3 credits anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be FC3. That was the idea of like installing a first click last turn. Like the Fairchild 3 is the worst face check there, I think. Besides like Hydra or something huge. Like Toll Booth would have been fine. Toll Booth is in our favor. Okay. So we can actually Chameleon through that pretty well later. I wonder if we should have just Chameleon and called Codegate, because that was the only thing that hit us. So we don't have self-modifying codes. We don't have simulchips. So pay 3 credits or trash an installed card. We're going to go for trash an installed card. It just makes us more resilient against hard-hitting use. Sure. And I think we'll pay 3 on this one.
Yeah, I don't see anything else that I would necessarily. I mean, maybe the flame out finally, but no.
Yeah, but we're going to use that with the Chameleon. It'll pay for itself.
Yeah.
And they'll almost definitely end the run here, right? Actually, we don't have Bologna credits, so maybe they could let us go through. Okay, we already ran. So in theory, if we run server 6, we get a card and a credit. Fuck it. Do we actually trash this? I feel like we might want to trash this.
And then go down to 1 credit?
We'll get a credit off of this.
Go down to 2.
Yeah. We do have a Black Orchestra. That's nice.
It would be nice to get rid of that finally.
This is going to represent, what, another 5 credits for them throughout the game, which seems pretty important where they are.
Yeah.
They probably res the bigger end of their ice in their deck. Like, what are we looking at? Pop-up windows, IP blocks. There's probably a Data Raven. There has to be some Sentry in the list. And there's no add Sentry. I don't think we trash this. We have nothing to pawn. Do we just install this Black Orchestra to pawn it? That seems bad. We might as well draw and throw into the bin, right? So that we can flame out.
Yeah, that's better. For sure.
Okay. Well, that seems good.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be helpful.
Okay, so this is the choice that is like really awkward, right? So it's either we run and we install the Black Orchestra for 3, and then we break for free. This looks like a Bologna. Oh, man. So if that's a Bologna, they're on game point. If they're on 15 minutes, it's an issue. I'm assuming that because they played Lady Liberty, they're probably on 1-pointers. Like they probably do have like AR enhanced security. Yeah. I don't think you'd play that if you have 15 minutes. Maybe they just slow roll it. I don't know. I don't think we pawn anything here. Because, okay, if we install Chameleon, we can get through Fairchild. But we can always install Chameleon and call like Barrier and probably get through this whole server. But we still need like Bologna. I think, like, if we install Fairchild,
we wouldn't have Bologna money, and we're assuming it's a Bologna, right?
We'd only be short a credit, so we could click for a credit and do it, right? Because, right? Okay, wait, that's not entirely true. If we have to spend any money on this ice, it's a bit different.
So.
Like a pop-up window is a problem because that's 2 credit loss for us. But the idea is like if we install our Black Orchestra, we install it for 3 credits. We break for free once with Flameout, and then we can pawn the Flameout next turn, which is sick. And then we get a credit from DreamNet. So that's only 3 credits to get, 2 credits to get through just the single Fairchild into this, right? Now, obviously, outermost ice, and a lot of their ice can be cheap, but we also could just like tunnel R&D.
I was about to suggest tunnel R&D.
Okay.
Put down Chameleon, go after R&D, see what happens.
So we are going to install a Chameleon.
Oh yeah, I guess we could just run R&D and triple click.
You can just click through it. The other thing is like you can install the Black Orchestra and pay 9, which is still a lot. Or you can pay 6. You can pay 6 off of the Flameout. That's probably better.
And then we pawn the Flameout anyway, and
yeah,
it's probably better. And then we get
DreamNet, and then we can always spec out the Black Orchestra. Yeah, fine, let's do that.
Yeah,
but like if they score 2 Bolognas, All right, so we're install the Black Orchestra, so we can't use those credits. That makes sense. We're gonna host it on here. We're gonna break. So we should have broke everything. I don't know why it didn't.
Did it not register the increase in strength?
Possibly? Yeah, it didn't recognize Cyber Trooper Talute. Doesn't look like. Oh, Solom, what's up? This is Talute and Flameout aren't friends. Sorry, I'm choking. I got something in my throat. So in theory, this should have came in at higher strength because of Cyber Trooper Talute. Rehosting loses the strength boost from Talute. Oh, okay, that's a bummer. Now the issue here is we don't have Bologna credits, but we're betting that there's 2 Bolognas on the table. Slot machine. Oh, Hunting Grounds can be nice in this matchup because of there's a Beal. Yeah. Hunting Grounds can be really nice in the matchup because of pop-up window. Now I think we have to spec work the Black Orchestra.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Sure. That's right.
Unless we want to run this. No.
I don't.
Fuck. It's just like more stuff that like I don't know how we use this stuff. What are we dieseling into?
So we install the Hunting Grounds.
Do we this turn? Are we gonna lose before it matters? It'd be nice to install it for sure. If this is an NGO front also into like hard hitting news, I guess we just pull misdirection, whatever. Like I think the best thing we can do this turn is get something cheap to pawn. Or get something cheap to spec work. Yeah. So like do we Cabinessa Woo? No, we can't Cabinessa Woo.
Yeah, I can't do that. Put down Hunting Grounds, uses trash. No, I'm thinking of the other one. No, uses trash ability.
I think in this matchup, because there's so much like pop-up windows, Hunting Grounds is actually pretty good. But you're right, this has a really cool ability. The 3 face-down cards. That's a lot of value. Cabo for Harbinger? We're out of Harbingers. We've Harbinged all of them. What do you want to do? Install Hunting Grounds, click for credit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trash DreamNet or something?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we don't have self-modifying code in this deck either. We just have Rejig and Cabinessa's ability, which hopefully is enough. Second Bologna, okay. I think we need to start smashing HQ, but the top of R&D is 2 new cards, and like we're probably going to tunnel it pretty hard, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do we have anything to pawn? We could pawn the Flameout, but the Flameout, we can just install the Chameleon and get value. The issue, though, with spec work is if we spec work our Chameleon, we have no way of getting it back. Because this will trash it, and Chameleon, we don't want to trash. Like, we don't have Simulchip, we don't have Compile, we have no way of returning it. Yo, Che, how's it going?
Return to hand for,
No, but spec work kills it. Right? Like, Chameleon only returns to hand if it's still installed. Wait, is that true? Do you add Chameleon from the heap? No, there's no way.
No way.
Yeah, because text on cards only active when... No, that's weird. No, I don't think you do. So what do we do? We can always run server 6 to start to get a card and a credit, assuming that we're going to get run anyways. Che asked, what was the name of that program you were using during the Arkham stream? Tabletop Simulator, or TTS, people abbreviate it. You can find it on Steam. I think you can get it for usually 20 to 15 Canadian dollars. It is A+.
Yeah.
And then we were using a super complete mod. Sorry?
Yeah, let's start with the run to make some money and see what the top card is.
The other option is just the diesel, which might be better, because I think we need cards more than we need money.
Yeah, it also doesn't give them a credit, so...
Okay, Beth cast... This stuff is too slow for how we are, right?
Austin, well, we don't... If they're on 50 minutes, yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to the daily casts.
Divergence, do you think getting 9 credits is worth than giving a credit to the corp? Using hunting grounds for 3 cards of trash is a good bargain. No. I think at this point in the game, yeah, I think you're right. Like, I don't think there's Data Raven. I think the pop-up window tax once per turn is not going to pay off. It's going to pay off worse than the hunting grounds. I think you're actually, yeah. That is a pretty reasonable call. Are we just going Chameleon, going HQ, or going R&D?
Yeah, let's Chameleon go R&D. Okay. See what happens.
So Chameleon comes down. We're going to call Code Gate, but we are going to host it on here, which is going to lose its strength, but it in theory works. And we are going to have enough money to steal Bologna. Oh, in theory, if we install this, we have something to pawn. No, that's not worth it. So we'll take off from the flame out. We'll just pay 3. And we're still going to get a card in the credit here. NGO front. Do we want to trash that? I honestly don't know if we care if we draw it. It could put something into the remote, though, which is scary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's trash it.
Let's double NGO front. Fuck. They're going to draw an unknown card. Second RDI, we could have... I don't know if it's a good play here because we'd be on 0 credits, which is not what you want to do when you want to contest the remote, hopefully in the future. Now, at this point, Beth will give us probably a card, which I don't think we can utilize as much as the credit or the extra click.
If we're going to put down anything, I put down the daily cast, but that also doesn't leave us in a good position.
I think we're in such a spot that, like, if we get hard hitting news, we just pull misdirection from our deck. I think we do have to flip the hunting grounds.
Yeah.
And we can wait. Oh, we also have this to pawn next turn, which is good. So let's get rid of the pawn shop. I think at this point we're not going to play it around Malia. So we'll do Chameleon first, so returns, and then flame out, so it doesn't trashed. Speaking of Arkham, I followed on that VOD. It was great. Analog. Oh, glad you liked it. It was a lot of fun. Oh, C-Source. Oh, we're... that's probably fine. They're just going to trash the Aesops, right? Close accounts, all seeing eye. So we lost the Cyber Trooper to loot. We have 1 more in the deck, though. And they trashed.
Oh, interesting.
Honestly, that's probably fine for us.
Yeah, they must think this game is going to go longer than we do.
Why do they not trash the pawn shop?
Okay, before our turn starts, let's do that thing.
I don't think we need to. I think we can pawn the flame out this turn.
Yeah, sure.
But you're right. Otherwise, I think we definitely would have. Yeah, that was a really low tempo turn. Like, I spent a lot of money on that. Now R&D is straight open. Like, we probably want to clear the tag, obviously. And now this doesn't come in at strength, which is the issue. So we are now struggling again. Unfortunately, the cheapest breaker is what, MK Ultra for 2. So in theory, we can install MK Ultra for 1 and then spec work it, which means we get 1 card.
We'll be in the heap. That's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we just like do another slow turn with Beth and credits and stuff.
Sure.
We need to clear the tag. Yeah, and Beth will almost definitely give us credit.
Credit.
Yeah, maybe we can draw a bit there. I feel like we could maybe use our Cabinet's ability to spec work something. They might be waiting for the Echo Chamber. Yeah, they could be on Echo Chamber, but I don't think they are if they're on Beal. I don't think they are. Now we have the checklist, which is annoying, right? Because there's 3 Marylands in the list. There's a lot of like probably pad campaigns and like tiered subscription and everything. And what do they do on their turn? Gain credit, hedge fund, install a card, and server. I feel like that was an agenda they had to have top decked at that turn.
Do we pawn something?
Do we hunting grounds to pawn? I think we do.
I think we do in order to contest that, yeah.
So we got Diesel, fine. Rejig, fine. Misdirection, vaguely problematic. We won't show them that we don't have that. But if they're on C-Stars, I don't think they're on hard hitting news. So why you slash drive-by? Sorry? No heap recursion.
Okay.
So we could run this, but I think if this is the winning agenda, they'd have to have top decked it, which seems pretty low odds. The other thing we can do, we don't have Cyber Trooper to loot, so we can install a Flameout, and then we can just run R&D for 3 credits on that, reinstall the Black Orchestra and break for free using the whole Flameout.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, whether we need to install another R&D interface is a thing. Now, running server 4 is a thing too. Like, they could have just put a 2-pointer in there, but I don't know.
Well, what I'm thinking is we just run server 4 with our first click. We can triple click through the Fairchild. That's not great, but we do get a card and credit out of it. And we can install whatever.
Okay.
Like, what breakers do we have in the heap right now?
Just one.
Okay.
But like, what are we worried about? Like, they will have enough credits to res Hydra, which can be an issue, but I don't think there's much they have in their deck. I think it's going to be a pop-up window or a slot machine. Slot machine's pretty likely too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Running this is bad because I think there's a lot of things that can jam this remote, but like, whatever.
Sure, but we have,
I don't think, I don't know. I'll take it, but I don't think this is an agenda, but we can definitely go for the line. Turnpike, okay. We don't have our hunting grants, but whatever. We only have trace 1, so this is going to fire. We can just clear the tag, but that means we can't click through the Fairchild. It's also not an ad. Maybe you should have installed another Flameout last turn. I think installing another Flameout last turn would have been better for clicking for credits if we planned the next turn forward. Because that's the big thing. Installing a Flameout here makes the Fairchild 3 so much easier to deal with. And Fairchild 3 really obviously taxes your turn out.
Yeah. Are we going to jack out or are we going to try and get through the Fairchild of this?
Trace 8.
Are they boosting it?
Yeah. I think we just float the tag and click through the Fairchild. Do we click through the Fairchild at this point? Like, why would they spend 8? That's so weird. QPA. Like, they can't really afford to trash our shit that well. We have another pawn shop in the list. This list also has Citadel Sanctuary, which, my god, would have been so good. Do we check out or we continue? Do you want to click through, Pat, or not? I don't think that's an agenda. Okay, let's do it. I don't think it is, but okay.
No. I'm also.
No. If you want it, we can.
Okay. Yeah. No. All right. We're fine. Professor, I feel like neither of us want to, but we're both kind of egging each other on.
Chat is saying QPM. I don't know if this list is on QPM. I feel like if you're playing Lady Liberty for QPM, that's like a really weird read. Like generally, if you're playing Lady Liberty, you have like, I think AR enhanced security makes way more sense as a 1 point in this list, but this does look like a setup for QPM for sure. We could install this just to be able to pawn it, but that's... Oh, actually... because we're clicking through it. We can't even... Yeah, whatever. We're not going to do that. We can also trash the face down cards.
Wait, we're letting off 17.
Oh, sorry. Whoa, whoops. Meant to click. I'm just going to pay 3 and gain the 3 back. Yeah, if it's QPM, we lose on the spot. Some listed 3 areas, 1 QPM. Sorry?
It would be funny.
Yeah.
At least.
QPM, by the way, is Quantum Predictive Model, which is an agenda that the corp adds to the score area if they're tagged. If we're tagged. Yeah, there you go. AR enhanced.
Okay, cool.
So we had to run that turn, Pat. That was good. That was a good call. And we got a Cyber Trooper to loot, which is sick. We're going to lose a card here. I think double Flameout actually is not that bad.
Do we lose the spec work?
I think we lose the spec work because we have nothing that we're going to cheaply install anymore. Yo, Artem, how's it going? How's the quarantine treating you? It could be a lot worse. I'll be honest. It could obviously be a lot worse, but obviously like to be able to do society again. But it's okay. How's it been, Artem?
Oh, speaking of quarantine, I fixed my. Well, I mean, I got my near neighbor Corrado to help me fix my stationary bike, so I'm gonna get back on that soon.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they value Econ Warfare dust to duck bath, and they trashed our pawn shop. So glad to see you still streaming. Of course, yo, we've done a lot of good streaming this year. That's actually one of the good things of the quarantine. Is like specifically at the beginning of this year, we could stream like 2-3 times a week. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Econ Warfare looks like hard hitting news, but we've dodged it so far, and they're only on 4 credits. If we don't do anything, they don't get money.
This is looking okay.
Yeah, I think so we're coming back.
Have we already? Oh, we don't have pawn shop anymore, right?
No, they ate it, but we have one more in 15. This is where the card draw is good.
All right, let's clear the tag.
Let's draw once because we can hit Citadel.
Sure.
Hey! I think we just
when you're right.
I think we just install this and click for credits. Oh no, I think we install this and install what's it called, Flameout, so we can pressure R&D next turn. And at this point, I think we can just like. It's a shame we have no economy.
How about we install Flameout, install Citadel, install Talut? That way we can pressure R&D with a Chameleon.
Do we click through Fairchild? Yeah, okay. But at that point, like, we're going to be on 1 credit and they can actually boost the Citadel, so it doesn't work. It's too much. So we start here for sure. And so we need to make sure that we keep enough credits. I think we just click for credits. Like, we could install maybe the Flameout. I don't know. It's hard.
Well, why didn't we install the Talut? If we install the Talut, then
it gives us Link too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're good here. As far as I'm concerned, as long as you're streaming, it means game is alive. Game is very much alive. Yeah. I don't know if you watched Worlds. Yeah. It was kind of pretty good. Yeah, Talut will pay off. Yeah, Frank, you're totally right. It does have a link on it, and it means our dream net's a lot better. So that's good. Austin says quarantine has made it possible for me to actually find full groups to play H with. No way. Yo, that's awesome.
Cool. I need to get on the mod because I have an old version of the mod. I need to find a way into that Discord server so I can get full access.
I can help you with that. Remind me.
I would appreciate it.
Okay, ice on R&D to stop that threat, but another card in server 4. And again, this list has so many, like, so much shit they can put in server 4. Like, they're happy if this is what's it called?
Pat Tap or whatever.
I think it's a Maryland, if anything, right?
That's true, because all the Marylands are back in the deck.
Yeah.
So in that case, do we tunnel on R&D? Because they probably can't, like, whatever it is on R&D, that's not. If they res anything, they won't be able to score, right?
Sorry, pop-up.
Right, if it's pop-up.
Yeah, if it's exactly pop-up. So do we just install Chameleon? Run? No, then we would install Flameout first, huh?
Yeah, Flameout first, then Chameleon. Or we run without triple click through. Because DreamNet will get us
we have Bologna credits. Issues we're going to have to steal 2 more agendas, right? Now, if we had Proco on this list, we would have lost Proco by now. But yeah, that's sort of like passive economy is huge. This is why Rozeki, like, man, Rozeki's so good, obviously. Like, we haven't had MU issues in this matchup, but like getting early Rozeki is obviously we lost our pseudo Rozeki. Such a big difference. I don't know what to do, Pat. Running HQ doesn't seem that good, right? What did they do on their turn? They did draw, install after, and ice on R&D. So they drew first, which is good. What do you want to do, Pat?
I kind of want to go on R&D.
Okay.
I don't know if that means flame out Chameleon R&D or if that means just run R&D straight.
Yeah. So if we do flame out Chameleon, like, what does that get us? We don't have anything to pawn. We don't have our spec work. So we're spending, like, 4 credits to be able to save 3 credits right now, but in the future it's a better payoff. I think we can just face check it. If they res something bad, we can just bounce. Like, if they have less than 3 credits. Now, we are giving them a credit when they run also. Like, that does goof the math up.
Yeah.
Slot machine. Okay, so they're not going to be able to score an agenda. Rashida's the best case here. Unless this fires. Oh, we didn't install the Chameleon. Whatever.
That's fine.
It's okay. We'll be able to pull in a Black Orchestra if we need it. Oh, we have to decide now? No, they should go first.
Yeah, no, don't we go first because it's our turn?
Oh, wait, it's our turn, yeah. All right, we're going to install it anyways. So we can't steal anymore. I forgot it was our turn. It's a resource, hardware, resource. So we definitely need to break it. And luckily, we only have to boost once because of Cyber Trooper Talut. So we'll break once. So we're going to get 1 credit when we get through this. We don't want to give them the money. Then we have to click through this thing. But good thing is they're on Law Rip and makes sound gross. Yo, let her rip. Beyblades. We'll just triple click through here. I think that's an easier than using the UI. Austin says I play with some friends from work, somewhere halfway across the country. Some with the mod, some with cameras. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, here we go.
Okay, two Beals, come on.
Maryland off the top. AR enhanced. Okay, that's obviously...
Well, it's something.
It puts us on game point if we find the final Beal, but it means that they can't jam that. And now our money is absolute toilet. And it's just a product placement. 0 credits.
Yay.
They can't econ warfare us. They could C-source us, but they can't really do much with it. We could have got like all seeing eye, and I think we would have lost the game on the spot. All right, so they have 3 credits, so they are now threatening it, and this is in theory a window, but we did just see them top deck a what's it called?
Yeah, a Maryland.
Yeah,
it was a Maryland, right?
Yeah, it was. Where did we get this from?
That was from the DreamNet.
Oh, seems good. And we need a treasure black extra. I should have asked action after once. Like my pro anti-Beth strats. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Elias, how's it going? Long time no see. It's been probably 7 months. Had temporal lobe tumor surgery and been off YouTube. It's Elliot, by the way. I'm doing good. Yo, it has been a minute. How did the surgery go? It seems okay. Congrats. It's been a minute. Glad that you're doing all right.
Okay, just building up that server. That's fine.
Just building the server. This means that we can not have enough credits. But hey, this is a really good turn to install Chameleon. Like, we could do Chameleon Flameout and run this server for free continuously for a couple turns.
Yeah.
Want to just do it?
Yeah, let's do it for sure.
And this server is largely blank too, right? Because the tag we remove. Oh, we also have these to pawn. Don't forget. I will forget.
Oh, yeah.
Codegate. this tier subscription is going well, but their money is going to get better. We're going to host. Excuse me. Host and installed. Run.
Yeah, but it resets the strength. This sucks.
Yeah, whatever. We'll just pay. Resource. I don't think we care about the last. We don't care about the last subroutine. There's nothing they can put 3 advances on.
But
it's free money, but take one, 1, 2. You can advance. That's fine. So this has 3 subroutines. It's a bit harder to read there sideways, but the last one, if 3 of the same cards are pulled, you don't need to break the loose 3. Oh wait a second. We don't even need to break the loose 3. Man, I was feeling so clever about not having to break all the subroutines, but yeah, you have no money, so we're just gonna save. We're gonna save 1 credit here. So we're just gonna take 1. Oh, fuck. Had no money. Here, I goofed. I'll just redo it. It's fine. Can HQ, they probably can't res much? I think you might be right, but the thing is, like, pop-up windows, stuff like that does change the math pretty heavily. It's kind of hard. We haven't seen any pop-up windows in a deck that's almost definitely running 3. So you don't want to take all. That would be bad. So we're going to take 1, and we're going to spend it. Okay. What MWL is currently now been off the internet? I feel old for being 20. Actually, we'll get to that after this game if you want. The new MWL is the one that Worlds was just played at, which was like a couple of weeks ago, and it's pretty good. I'm so scared to hit take all again. So this money doesn't actually go to their credit pool, so it's not like they could res an ad. All right, yeah. DreamNet, Turnpike.
All right, double Beal.
Launch campaign, that's an ad.
Yeah.
Neutral ad.
Yep.
I think if you use the click ability directly on Flameout to install host and mic work okay with Tilute. Okay, we'll try that. Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point. That should work because we're not double installing it. Okay, so we know the next 2 draws. They could have something in HQ. Do we want to pressure HQ? We can deal with all the code gates in the world. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, we might as well. They've just got 2 credits.
Yeah, pop up
would suck, but
yeah, there you go, pop up. Luckily, we can break it for free.
True.
They did get a credit on that though, which is a bummer, but they're gonna make 2 credits. Afshar.
Yeah.
Sick. it's free. So they can fire the lose 2 credit subroutine. We don't care. So an access here could be big again. We don't have Bologna credits. Oh my lord.
Wow. I honestly didn't expect they had much in HQ.
That's a lot of flameout triggers.
Hmm.
Damn, I'm good. Okay, we're gonna do chameleon first, and then we'll do all the 8 flameouts. Beal, it's huge Beal snipe. That was the last game we played against Spark Agency. We got a sick Beal snipe when it mattered. And I have no doubt next turn they would have jammed that Beal if they didn't get it. Click for 3. So we know the top of the deck is a launch campaign. We can pawn here. We definitely will. Let's get rid of whatever this was. I think it's a rejig. We do have the Beth drip. Do we wait a turn?
Yeah, let's wait a turn and then install R&D interface and deep dig.
So do we install casts? I don't know if we install casts. I think we install another flameout. Oh, it's unique. You can't.
I think we install casts.
It just won't pay out in time.
Casts, take credits.
I guess we can always pawn it, but like it won't pay out in time.
I think it might. I think we've got. Yeah, we're clearly in the end game here, but.
But then isn't it better to install R&D interface? Like we know they're not top decking an ice.
True. Yeah, that's true. So R&D interface triple click for money.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so let's talk about this. Like the daily cast we install for 3, and it's basically a click to lose a credit for next turn. Now you could pawn it, which means it's only a click to gain 2 credits. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And then we can put down this if we need to. Yeah, okay. We'll try and lock
we pawn it if they force us to.
It looks like the game is still in R&D for sure. 1 turn it pays out as long as you don't need the money tomorrow. Yeah, and they're drawing a launch campaign. So if they jam into server 4 an unadvanced card, it looks like it's launch campaign. But it could be a bluff. Oh, they're thinking. So what did they drew? They drew a launch campaign, and what was the card we saw before it? Yeah, Austin, you're right. Putting down the cast forces them to close too. Yeah, I think you're totally right about that. And I think HQ looks a bit flimsy as well. I don't think that's it.
I think that's launch campaign.
Yeah. Or a sick bluff. But like that would have to be there's 1 more Beal in the deck, 1 more AR enhanced, and I think there's like a 4-2 usually. I think
you think there's only 2 Bolognas?
I just clicked on Citadel Sanctuary and trashed your whole hand. Well, that wasn't right. Let's try it on, can we? They know our whole hand. That's so bad.
That's really bad.
It's really bad. I missed. How does that not ask you for a prompt? Do you want to throw out your whole hand? Like we weren't even taking damage. Safe. Okay. Sorry about that. Wow, we made a lot of money there.
Yeah. So install R&D.
Click game hasn't been good this game. Yo, I know. Install R&D interface. Install a chameleon. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see if this works. Die to snare. It
doesn't work.
Does work. It works. It works.
Oh, it does work. Cool.
You just gotta believe, man.
Oh man, I hope.
Okay, how do we ensure that we have Bologna money though? So this is going to be 1 credit to run through everything unless we want to trash something because we can pay. Okay, slot machine could be 2 credits. Their money doesn't in theory matter. This is definitely not definitely. I think we want to extra clicks for anything. I think we just run it and then we trash some things with Fairchild 3.
Yeah, I was thinking that because we can trash Citadel, we can trash
Beth.
Yeah. Oh, and
Dream Deck gives you the 5th credit?
Credit too.
Yeah, but we don't have enough credits for this. We're gonna have to spend 1, right? Like this is 3 subroutines. This is usually 2 subroutines, maybe only 1. Yeah, Blues Brothers, how's it going? Yeah, the Dream Deck credit does help, but I think we're gonna actually spend a real credit here. Fuck it, we can always just let one of these subroutines on either the slot or the other thing fire.
Do we not just click for credit here?
Well, if we click for credit here, then we can't run R&D if we really need to, or HQ, but I guess we don't have money to run HQ anyways, so yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, there is a launch campaign. Okay, that's huge, because now we don't have to lose this turn. We called that right. And I don't think that's a good res, right? I don't think it's a good res, because it could have forced a panic run there.
I mean, it forces us out of Bologna range, right? Unless it forces us to interact with the Fairchild.
No, we're 100% at below that range. Yeah, you're totally right about that. Yo, Frank, what up? We could have taken a cred first. Yeah, we definitely could have, but it lowered our options. But in retrospect, yeah, we couldn't have ran HQ after anyways. Okay, so it's resource program event. That's good. Unfortunately, we have 3 credits, but anyways, we're gonna break it. We're gonna use the credits off flameout first. Just because We can't get economic warfare on 3. So we're going to be short of Bologna for 1 credit. Let's just hope it isn't Bologna. We win on anything else anyways. Okay, so there's no way to get into Bologna, so we can actually just use the flame out credits.
Yeah, just break it.
Okay. And with pawn shop, generally our cards are worth more than 1 credit, so we won't trash anything. Okay. DreamNet will fire. It's a good card. Exchange of information.
Okay.
We could... No, we didn't steal any 3-pointers. Okay, we're in a pretty good spot with that. But that could mean 50 minutes. Eli, okay. C-Source, okay. So we just want to get as much money as possible so we don't lose. Do you think they have it in HQ?
I doubt it. They would have played it.
Yeah, and this server's going to be clogged up for a while. We know they have a Maryland in hand. I don't think they have another one, so I think we're just going to get as much money as possible so we don't get blown out by C-Source again.
Yeah.
Sit back and click for credits? Yeah, I think that's totally right. And we can run R&D in a couple turns because we know the next 3 draws. And if they jam, though, like we just have to assume that we got the only Beal. Pawn the flame out? Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get a second one down. They know our whole hand. Well, not our whole hand. They don't know the second bath, but they know their whole hand because we actually trashed it. I think it's a Maryland. Nope, it's Vink Advance.
Okay. Okay. That's fine though.
Do you think it's a Bologna? If we run R&D, we can see what 1 more card. So this is Bologna or NGO front, and the next card on top of their deck is Eli into C-Source. So it's a good window to like spend all our money. Like we're totally fine with that. It's Bologna behind a toll booth. The thing is, if they res a toll booth, right? They go down to 2 credits. We're fine with that if they res a toll booth. Like first click, we can run through this. The issue is like at 11 cards in our deck, we have, you know, all our breakers. Well, no, 2 breakers. But in theory, we could do like flame out, chameleon, run, and then if we don't have our breaker, we can't rerun. Reverse the Cants bluff? Yeah, it could be. Pat, are we running this? There's only 1 NGO if anything. It could be a Bologna.
I think we run this.
Okay, so the question is, we could always install a flame out, and on top of that, we could install a Black Orchestra, or we can install the chameleon. So if we do flame out run, that will give us another click if we need to like do Cabanessa run. Assuming then that we're going to end up using our flame out on the Black Orchestra. But we have to also make sure that we get there with 3 credits. Or 5 credits, sorry, 4 credits with DreamNet. So Eli is not an issue. We can double click through it. IP block's not an issue. I smell NGO. Yeah, I think it's unlikely to be NGO, but like they've had that NGO for so many turns and they haven't jammed it. Like there was a turn that did like, I don't know, kind of does feel like a Bologna because this seems like a window, but how is this a window? Like we have 10 credits. It's a hard call.
Yeah. I mean, what are we sure that ices?
So things that we can assume is in the deck. Another pop-up window. We've seen Eli. We haven't seen IP blocks yet, which are a pretty safe call. I think that's all the advertisements. Maybe they're on a Jua. That'd be cute. Jua would actually kind of be an issue.
Yeah.
When we played our version of this deck, we ran Jua.
Flame of the Chameleon is barrier.
Yeah, Flame of the Chameleon is barrier is definitely a play. And the Run Sentries they will have credits for Hydra with the tiered subscription. Flame out Chameleon as barrier might be fine, but we could just do Flame out run. And then if they res a barrier, we can install Chameleon and run, right?
Yeah.
So you want to just do Flame out run?
Yeah, let's try that. That makes sense.
Well, the issue with the math is, if we hit an IP block here, to make sure that, because if we hit an IP block, we're not going through, and they can boost the trace to the point that they have 3 credits, and then we don't have 4. They're out of influence? No Jua? Jua's in faction, though. They're probably on kill. I don't know. Economic warfare into sea source is really strange, but I guess you could always do it. I always think that's red. It's a cool card. So Pat, are we installing Chameleon first at all?
Man.
They know we have it.
Let's install it first as code gate.
As code gate, but then if we hit a barrier, we're fucked.
Yeah, that is barrier, right?
Okay. Run server 6.
You forgot to do the. Oh, you're not installing it on the Flameout?
No, because I think we'll flame out the.
Yeah.
It's a toll booth.
Told you, should have been code gate.
No, we're still fine. It saves us nothing. They're on 2 credits though. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, do we just sit back?
Yeah, we don't go through this. Go get next turn. Yeah. We really don't need to do anything here.
Or dig R&D instead. Who knows?
So in theory, we can install 3 to install our thing. It's 3. It's 9. It's 6 credits to get through. We can get all the way through. Obviously, Bologna be an issue. Oh no, this will goof us. Install Black Orchestra? No, thanks. And now we know it for this remote, so we don't have to do anything after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So we ran. So we can always just run 2 subscription to get a card and a credit.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And I think they're drawing an Eli. No. Okay. MK Ultra. That's fine. Cool. So we'll do the order doesn't matter.
Nope. Chameleon first.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Of course.
Yeah, because they weren't hosted. It doesn't matter. I technically hit Flame Out first though. Yeah, but you're right for the combo. Okay, so if it's an NGO, I don't know if they need to pop it now. I'm short. That could be like such a huge bluff in chat, but that also could mean that they're one-headed short of the Bologna.
I love the bluffs in chat.
I hope it's a bluff, because that would be sick.
Yeah, we run again, it's an NGO. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I really hope that's the case. So they can decide to put an Eli in front of here, but then they can't res it, let alone the install cost is super prohibitive. So I think we have the money. We just have to do the math here. So we're definitely going to pawn something. So we have 10 credits. So to run this remote, it's going to be 2 to install. Okay, thinking. We got to do the math. We actually might be like a credit short. Third Bologna you cannot steal. I feel like we should be able to steal a third Bologna. So if we install the Chameleon, we're down at 8 credits. Now, this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 1. So it's 4 credits, plus this is 6 credits. That puts us on 4 credits, plus we get the DreamNet. So we should be able to steal the Bologna. Yeah. So Chameleon on Flame click for credits, so run last click, you'll be fine. Yeah, I don't even think we need to, but yeah, I think that's the play. The thing is, like, if we have the full math, we can do it early in the turn.
Yeah.
I think you just run it. It's yours, unless you want to do, maybe. Yeah, we can do this. The question is, like, if we want to click for credits, we just run server 6, right? To get a card and credit first. It might draw us into like a gamble. We have 2 and 10. You want to do that?
Sure. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, we can start there.
I mean, I like. I don't hate the idea of just running early in the turn, but I'd rather have like a sure thing. And having an extra credit.
Hey, damn, I've been so good at these calls. Fuck. I'm lucky. So then here we could do like gamble. We don't need to into Chameleon and then run. Again, this is going to be 3 credits. This is going to be 4 credits, and this is going to be 5 credits. So yeah, I think gamble Chameleon run is probably better. So it ensures that because they're going to draw a C source next turn.
Yeah, gamble Chameleon.
But if it's an NGO front, we're fucked anyways. Whatever. Oh no, I'm gonna do code game, but I'm gonna do undo click because we learned better. You want to clear the tag if it's NGO? Yeah, we have Citadel Sanctuary for that in theory. If they're NGO, they'll be up at 14, right? But 15 2 link. Well, no, we're actually going to be spending some money, but at least we won't be spending Bologna money. Oh, and there's also, I forget, a product placement. Whatever. We want to do this instead so that it actually keeps the strength.
Hi, Thanos.
Yo, Thanos, how's it going? What do you think this is? I'd be so happy if it's an NGO front, even though it's obviously really bad for us. I'd be so thrilled.
I mean, I badly want it to be an NGO front. I think lying in chat is still sporting in a game of Netrunner.
Yes. You can't play in person. You might as well.
Yeah.
Pretend you're playing in person. Let all subs fire. Trace 5. No, that's fine.
Netjogging has an important message for you.
Tell Thanatos hello. Hello, Thanatos. Now, in theory, we could also trash things, but we're not really spending real money, so who cares? Sort of. Now, if we didn't do the Shagamble play, we could have ran R&D last click. Like, if this is an NGO friend we're worried to lose, we can just throw in... Oh, there's a GG in chat. Get out. Oh, no. Oh, man. We thought it was the long con.
That was a good game, though.
That was a good game, yeah. So, like, you saw the point where, like, we really struggled because our deck really needs that sort of... Man, flameouts are really good in this list. They were really, really good. But, like, we need to be able to run to get the economy. If we just had something like Rozeki, if we just had some more ways to generate economy when we weren't doing anything, which, you know, DreamNet in theory works. We have 2 in the bottom 9, which is an issue. But if we had, like, Rozeki, if we had Proco, stuff like that, I think I'd be very happy with this. Thanks to the game. So that's weird, right? Like, I wouldn't have expected that. Like, I know we did goof up and show our whole hand, but that Bologna was in hand for a couple turns, right? Like, we locked R&D, we pulled the Beal. And the later the game got, like, the harder it was for them to jam the Bologna. 2, 3, 4. Like, even after we stole Beal into 2 AR, they can't jam it. But we had the money even without doing anything. Like, we didn't have to play the gamble. Like, the gamble gave us 4 extra credits that we didn't need.
Yeah.
Your opponent was very nicely playing almost mono good gates. Yeah, we did see the one Eli. IP block is pretty okay when we have 2 link and no viruses, or AI, excuse me. But yeah, the mono code gate thing was pretty good. I'm set that you won. Good game, Vincent. Yo, we thought that was a really good bluff. I'm surprised you jammed there though, because we definitely could have got in. I feel like the play that you had that's really scary, and I think the fact that we were locking the top of R&D really helped us, is that every turn jam another face down card, and then one of them is the Beal, obviously, one of them is a 1-pointer, and then there's like launch campaigns and other stuff. I feel like when you res the launch campaign here, it gave us a huge amount of information where we didn't consider running the launch campaign, which is such a big deal, because we're like, okay, now we know we don't lose, so we can set up for the late game, and allowing Shaper to set up for the late game is an issue. I got all my code gates and then got flooded. Yeah, the code gate thing lined up pretty well. At least for us. Gauntlet would have let you seen a lot of cards from HQ. Yeah, Diogen, Gauntlet would have been good. We didn't need the MU. Gauntlet would have been okay. We probably would have struggled to install it. And for what it's worth, I don't think it works with Afshar. Because we'd actually have to break the subroutine. Like, I think you have to break all the subroutines on the ice. It's Gauntlet.
It's Gauntlet? Yeah.
Maybe. I think Gauntlet you have to break all, so it wouldn't have been perfect, but yeah, it definitely HQ pressure would have been good. Yeah. My deck gave me the Bolognas early, which after my exchange strat. Yeah, we saw that. Like, we thought we were in hard hitting news, and then we saw C-Source. We're like, okay, exchanges, and we saw an exchange. But, like, obviously, yeah, this is fine. And then, yeah, we called it correctly, I think, with the... If you got a Lady Liberty into an AR enhanced security, it was... we didn't end up trashing too much more, but it would be a huge issue.
Yeah. Patrick is back.
How's it going, Justin? I think there was a gap early on when you could have made more secured Lady Liberty play. Yeah, I think if the Lady Liberty was a bit more secured, it would be okay. And we got lucky that we didn't get faced. If we got like ran into the Fairchild 3 early in the game on second click, we would have been back into the Stone Age. Oh my god, it would have been so bad. You might not know the trick, but you can woo the Takobi and reuse rejig to keep it on the board. Oh no, I totally know that trick. The thing is, like, at this board state, Takobi doesn't do much for us because like we were using Chameleon. And we need to reinstall Chameleon every turn. But yeah, any breaker you pull from your deck, you can rejig. And that's why I think like this deck probably, if it's running 3 rejig, I don't know how flexible they are in the deck. We only saw 1 rejig and it got installed face down. But like rejig is good if you want to pull Rozekis and stuff like that too. So I don't know. The rejigs don't seem too striking to me. But I'm aware that like with Cabinessa, you can like pull your Black Orchestra and rejig it to keep it permanently. Just rejig flameouts for 9 more credits. Wait, you can rejig hardware. Oh, that's sick. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's better than pawning it. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, we're so used to scavenge, right? Which is only programmed. That's neat.
Yeah, cool.
Got a bail for some Civ 6. Have a nice night. Yo, Austin, thanks for dropping by. Enjoy Civ. So I was hoping for HQ runs to get my pop-up credits. We were scared of face checking because we didn't want to give you economy, and we assumed there's We hadn't seen any pop-ups, so they had to be somewhere. Pat, you don't see my camera. I took a big drink of water there. Excuse me. Maybe you heard it. What do you want to do? You want to play that one again? Do you want to make changes to it? Do you want to build a new deck? How you feeling, dude?
I'm up for either changing that deck a little bit, like making some tweaks to it, or doing what we talked about doing before the stream.
Okay. You want to choose? You have full range.
I want to choose?
Yeah.
Honestly, I had fun with that deck. I want to try tweaking it and see what we can do with it.
Okay, let's try that. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Can we copy deck? No. I'll just do an edit here. Okay, so this is the starting deck list. You can see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's Woo up there, but we'll cover it with Pat. Okay, what are you feeling? Can you at least tell us what you were talking about before the stream? Wait, what do you mean, Thanos?
Oh, I just teased that we were talking about doing something else. Hence.
Oh,
Buskers.
yeah, right. We're gonna play Street Magic. It's gonna be sick. Giles says going off grid for the weekend. Have a nice stream. Yo, enjoy your off the grid weekend. Seems like a nice time to go out into the wild or what have you. Let me see the splash before I go. Yeah, we have a button for that. That's good. Oh, I'm above the splash. Cheers. Data voting to Rizeki. Yeah, I think that's a good start. We'll try with that. Also, real quick, Elias asks about the new most wanted list. Just to let you know, of course, Nisei.net will always show you what you need if you go to organized play. We spell organized with a Z, right, in Canada? Yeah, this looks really weird to me. Okay. And if you go to supported formats, so the ban list 2009. If you haven't played in a while, basically there's no restricted cards. There's only banned cards now. So that's it. There's no restricted cards. There's just banned cards. So it became a lot simpler to work with. And the ban list added a couple cards. Recently they added SSL endorsement.
SSL.
Is that not on here? Oh yeah, it's right there. SSL endorsement was added. Pad tap was added. And I feel like there's one more. Oh yeah, Gold Farmer, which is a new Nisei barrier for NBN. But otherwise, this got a lot simplified. It's just banned cards, so you don't have to worry about restricted stuff. And a couple of things I feel like came off, but maybe in 2006, not 2009. It's good.
Man, we are so close to System Gateway.
Yeah. End of year is, I think, the thing.
Yeah.
Also, like, I think I've been talking about Cyberpunk 2077 being a big like entry point for Netrunner players, and that obviously got pushed into December. So that lines up a bit better. Like I said earlier this year, like it's kind of a bummer that for people who are going to be interested in Netrunner, maybe find out about it because of Google SEO, that there's like no good entry point. And if in theory, I don't know if it's going to line up, if System Gateway exists before, what's it called? Before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, that's going to really be amazing. I'm going to buy it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Jonathan says Artist Colony fan site or Splash Data Dealer. Is the meta that heavy with that sports metal deck for that to be an issue? Okay, so Rizeki, we'll try that instead of the data folding. It gives us some flexibility to pull it out and rejig it if we really need to in the matchup, and that seems okay. Data folding. That's true.
It's better with rejig as well. It's a good point.
Okay. What else?
HQ interface for Gauntlet.
Oh, apparently it's all over Worlds, all over JNet. I'm not convinced that I like Gauntlet that much. So this is Gauntlet. The issue with Gauntlet is it's mega expensive. Now that we have the Rizekis, like the MU might be a bit more relevant. But when we access HQ, we access additional card for all ITV. So it gives us some HQ multi-access, which we don't have. It also gives us another influence. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the problem is like console slots are pretty lame. In Shaper, so like a lot of times you're splashing stuff. Like I think for 2 influence you can also get like Turntable, which is just like universally good but not surprising. Gauntlet's only 1 more credits than HQI. I feel like though we would not install HQ interface most of the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that matchup we might have been struggling more for money. They econ warfared us. They did stuff that you know forces us to spend money and lose money. But like I don't know. I feel like camping R&D might be enough and then just poking HQ, but who knows? Mind high five. I had Sports Metal say, I hope you die. Instead of good luck, have fun. That's awful. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What are the consoles playable? What if we want to like go off the beaten path a bit? Like this is nice. It's 1 MU, which probably is good enough. I don't know. And it gives you a really relevant ability. Go Proco and put in Haley. I think we're going to stick with Woo, at least for now. But like obviously you could do this in Haley. Patchwork. I don't know if we have the card draw for Patchwork. Sorry, Pat?
Sorry, I was wondering, like, instead of HQ interface, could we go with like just a legwork instead?
Yeah.
Is that not a bit easier?
It's going to take up the influence, so we don't have influence for MU or for console if we want. Yeah. Unless we want to drop like Boomerang or something like that. Hunting Grounds also is like not necessary, but it's definitely an okay card.
But they said that the new deck has 2 Boomerang, right? Maybe we want to start with that as an assumption?
Yeah, we could. Boomerang's good if we have to like set up. It gets us aggressive, but now we're gonna have issues like we'll cut the gauntlet, cut the Hunting Grounds, so we're still over MU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Frank's
Paragon. I think I prefer 1 Boomerang. Anyway.
Paragon? That's technically a card.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like it.
And it works well with DreamNet.
This deck often runs for cheap, so HQ, RDI, and Gauntlet bring a lot of value. If that was the case, though, I think I would want to more likely play what's it called? Turning wheel maybe. But you want to try Paragon? Dajin, Paragon works with that sort of idea, right?
Yeah, I think Paragon works.
Okay.
1 Boomerang. What else?
So we wanted to try Proco in here, but slots are an issue.
We wanted to drop either 1 Aesops or 1 Cyber Trooper, right?
I feel like Aesops is so important for economy. I feel like in Netrunner, like if you don't have economy, you can't interact. Like against NBN, good luck. Against Wayland, good luck. So I feel like I don't like taking out the Aesops up. The Cyber Trooper Talute and Takobi, like a lot of that does do the same thing. Obviously, the Cyber Trooper Talute is really important for our second link with the DreamNet, which has been pretty good. Do we need 3 rejigs? That seems like a lot.
The rejigs give you 3 extra flameouts as well as trigger the Talute.
Oh, it's good with Riseki too, right? If we pull that out.
Oh, true, yeah. That's fun.
I don't know how we get Proco in here. We'd have to cut things that are not necessary. Yeah, I want to try 2 Super Trooper. Yeah. Well, we're now at 45. Cyber Trooper makes the bin breakers good. Yeah, totally. And it makes like the chameleons good too. Like I totally get that. But I don't think it's like the idea with the way that I see cards, right? Like if you put 3 of in a card, it's basically you want it in your opening hand. And I don't think we want Cyber Trooper to Talute in every opening hand because I think we still have gameplay without it. It's something you want to draw in the game, guaranteed, which is why you play 2. And a 1 of is like, you know, flavorful, nice slash. Stimhack seems like a good card. Stimhack is like so good in this deck in theory, but like it's honestly not that good, right? Like, and specifically for this,
got playing out doing the same thing.
Exactly. Like, I think Stimhack is so good in Cabanessa Wu if you play like self-modifying code or even Simulchip to a lesser extent. Because like the play is you Cabanessa Wu out of self-modifying code, you Stimhack, and then you install stuff, and then you Simulchip this SMC. But we actually can't use the Stimhack to do anything else besides pay for breakers, which we have Flame Out for.
Yeah.
Artist Colony or Data Dealer? Well, I think we'd have to do Artist Colony. I'm not excited to add in tech slots for a deck that I haven't seen be the boogeyman just yet.
Well, watch it be the next thing you play, though, of course.
I don't like gendered terms, and halfway through that sentence, I was trying to figure out a neutral way of saying boogeyman.
The boogie person. Oogie boogie.
The boogie. RD makers, I kind of like the R&D interfaces. It gives us that like constant camp pressure, which is how we're going to win the game if they don't do anything. Artist Colony can be pawned if useless. Yeah, that's totally true.
It does cost.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever. It's not least to that deck. We probably have to cut something. We could play 46. This Hunting Grounds, I think we might be able to do better with a single influence. Wait, how much is Reaver?
Like, it's pretty good, and it combines well with
how much is Reaver? 4. So I was thinking we cut like the Boomerang and the Hunting Grounds, but then we're short 1. Turning Wheel?
Hunting Grounds combines well with Aesops. Like, I don't know. I think I like having Hunting Grounds in there.
It's not bad. Do we have enough for Hushuk instead of RDI? I doubt it. A lot of stuff we do is like we pawn our stuff, so it's not that permanent, right? Like Flameout
stays on the board.
Yeah, it's not a lot stays. Like Pawn Shop is 1, Colony is 0, Beth is 2, Citadel is 2. It's a 1 of. Cyber Troop is 2, Cast is a 3, not permanent. Yeah, it doesn't seem possible. Yeah. Never mind. We got Aesops. Yeah, Aesops kind of hurts unless it's your permanent rig. This is playable. We could drop Hunting Grounds for a Turning Wheel if we need more HQ pressure. Could we get Proco in there? I feel like Proco you need to be a 3 of because the best time to drop Proco is in the early game, like turn 1.
Yeah, having a 1 of Proco isn't really worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you want to drop undergrounds, I'm okay with that.
Let's try dropping 100 grounds and playing a turning wheel and see how it goes. But yeah, I see like that. The 100 grounds was sick for us last game, just for the install 3 cards thing. Dragon says Proco 3x for sure. I think if we did Proco 3x, I think we'd want to play Haley. Because Proco is so good because you do Proco, double install. And our shit is so click intensive, right? Like we have to install Chameleon a lot of turns mid run. We have to like install Think with Cabinets and Rejig. Like I don't know if we can use Proco that well. Hyperdriver is fascinating. Cabinets can't really pull Hyperdriver. Pull Hyperdriver, Rejig Hyperdriver is like not amazing because it's like 2 clicks to get 3 clicks later on, let alone you. It's what's free. Caddy, Caddy kind of falls into the same camp too, but I wouldn't mind Caddy. But Caddy also is like very click intensive for this deck, but at least it gives us that like late game. I think Caddy's kind of closer to what we want for that like sit back, do nothing, gets us money. Yeah, maybe let's drop a Rejig and play a Caddy. Oh, Rejig's really good though as Rizeki now. I don't know. Pat, do we cut something for Caddy?
Can we drop 1 spec work? Or is spec work too good? Like, I mean, I like spec work as like the early A-subs.
Yeah, spec work Harbinger plays sick. You can change Boomerang for direct access or rigged result. Is direct access good? I don't know what rigged result is. Oh, that's not good. Boomerang seems way better than this.
Oh yeah, do we need 2 Beth?
No, we don't need 2 Beth. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Direct access is like neat, but it's like so totally meta dependent. It's obviously one influence and it's kind of fun. But this basically turns off the corpse ability. So like we were talking about the last game we played, wouldn't matter. Sports Metal, somewhat matters. Ag Infusion, big matters. Paulina doesn't matter. So you gotta kind of look at the meta. I don't feel like we're in a really strong direct access meta. Earth Station hugely matters. SSO doesn't matter. Titan doesn't matter. Prefer my change with 2x Boomerang personally. I believe it. I feel like Boomerang is a really good card. Like we could drop
oh yeah, of course.
Oh wait, we don't have enough influence. We could definitely put a second Boomerang in, but let's try this.
I'm okay with trying this. I want to try this.
Let's try this, call this something else so we know. Do we have enough MU? There's a chance we don't. We have 1 extra MU. The idea is that we pawn a lot of stuff, but like if we're trying to play like double Rizekis, Takobi, and 2 breakers, no, we're fucked. But we can address that if we need to. There's like a thing where you look at your board and say like, what would this look like with my entire rig? But most games you don't install your whole rig. And we have bin breakers, so it's not that big of a deal. We don't have a way to reduce install costs, but we have ways to reduce break costs. We're at 46, I think. Are we at 45?
I think we're at 45.
Whatever. Mirror's 2 MU, but I think it's not super worth it. Yeah, Mirror like refills recurring credits. We have nothing that has recurring credits, and I guess it has 1 credit on it. How bad is Mirror? Mirror seems bad, but also like there's other consoles like that. Like I think you can also play Maya, which is similar. Yeah, net jogging. That's Maya, huh? Yo, Port Valley, how's it going? So this is whenever you spend 1 recurring credit, that literally does nothing for us. But Maya, I think, is like 2 or 3 credits for 2 MU. And it lets you take a tag. This actually works with their ability, right? Because we do have a way to clear the tag. That's kind of neat. That's honestly kind of neat.
That would be a little bit neat.
Yeah.
It's a little bit neat.
Let's try Paragon and see how bad it is. And then maybe we can do the Boomerang and do that. Yeah, good with Citadel. It seems kind of cool. And we have 2 link or 1 link. And it also lets us dig deeper, like with R&D interface. So you see 2 cards, you know, you bottom 1 of them, then you run back, see 2 fresh cards. That's kind of cool. Let's do it, Maya it up. Let's try Paragon first. And then we'll go from there, I think. I already know Paragon is good. It's money, though. I like money. Money's important. Is Biz gonna join us? Deuces? Deuces is fine. Deuces is like such a non-flashy card that unless I put 3 of in my deck, I don't feel that great about it. And then when you play it, you're like, yeah, that was fine. Like Deuces is very comparable to spec work, if that's what it's called. Yeah, spec work. Paragon's a really good, works on most Think console. As long as you're running, yeah, it's good. Dave, 976. That I don't recognize that name. Okay. All right. That's the biggest deal. We're playing against Sync, and we have Misdirection. Hey. How's it going? Misdirection turns off the Sync ability really in a very upsetting way. Our opening hand isn't amazing. Actually, our opening hand is like, what? Play daily casts and then rejig out a Rizeki.
Wait, is that how that works? Oh yeah, that's right. We can put, because we can woo out a Rizeki.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. So sync means that tags cost 3 credits to remove instead of 2, which again, if we're just going to rely on our misdirection, which will be annoying for our MU, that gets around that pretty easily. We can clear all of hard-hitting news. Now, a lot of times they're on like things like reversed accounts, they're on things like C-source, but more likely hard-hitting news, which is a much bigger deal. But they also take a while to jam out. What? Turn 1 preemptive? No. Yeah, totally.
Wait. Yeah.
Oh, good. So we know 1 card in hand. That's a misclick. We did also take Hunting Grounds out of our deck, which is such a bummer for this specific matchup because they're on like 3 of Data Raven.
Absolutely.
And jamming into server 1. So if we interact here, it can be pretty bad for us in theory because it could be straight into hard-hitting news. So I think we just have to set up here. So set up we will. Let's pull out Rizeki for 1. We'll rejig it to reinstall the Rizeki for free. We can draw here, I guess.
Yeah, let's draw once.
And there. Cast. Cool. Fine.
I'm okay with that.
Fine. We actually could probably just run, right? We probably can just run it. They throw the book at us. We just have to make sure we have the 4 credits, which is all we need with Misdirection to remove a full hard-hitting news worth of tags. And nothing happened in server 1, so that could be Prisec. A lot of times traps do show up, snare, stuff like that. Like this doesn't have to be a meta deck. This could be literally anything. Okay.
Let's draw. Or do we want to run one of those?
I don't know. I think we want to set up. Like they're not doing anything too fast. This doesn't look like it's a Rashida, which is worst case. I think we can keep drawing. We want to throw out our Black Orchestra, right?
Yeah.
That's sick. Do you want to just sit back and do money? It's slow, but it's money.
Yeah, we might as well.
We're Shaper. We got money. We solve all problems. There's a chance they're going to be able to deal with connections. Let alone obviously tags. That's a Rashida. That's the bad one.
Yeah.
Rashida's really good. Sorry, Caddy's really good because we can almost always like pull Caddy misdirection, use misdirection. Okay, so they have a lot of cards in hand. 1 preemptive. Server 1's just been hanging out there. Kind of looks more like an upgrade than anything. If it is Amalia for some reason. And this is a 40 card deck. It looks like they do have 32 plus 5 on the table, 5 in hand. So yeah, they're on 44 cards. Double Icing HQ after Rashida. There's some pressure drawn in there. Just keep setting up, Shaper.
Let's do it.
That's good.
That's great.
So draw, yeah, install Caddy. Like this is a big difference. Like a lot of our economy in the older version of the deck, and I'm not saying we fixed it, let alone even made it better, was like more run dependent. And yeah, we had Dream Nets, but this is like now we can do more by not doing, which is important.
Alone a degree mill.
All right, 6 3-pointers and probably Echo Chamber, and they installed and then drew, which is not ideally optimal. On top of an upgrade for sure. We're at a point where we can start face checking, but we know most of the agendas in our R&D. This is going to be like a Gutenberg Data Raven, and we want to draw into our Citadel Sanctuary stat, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Keep drawing?
And that's when that artist called. Yeah, let's keep trying.
That puts pressure on them.
Fuck.
That puts more pressure on them.
Okay, we've... so maybe...
We have to install something. But we're going to have to throw out something.
Install DreamNet?
I don't know. I want to install something that we can capitalize on, like we have to run. So that looks like more like a Cyber Trooper or the Flame Out.
Cyber Trooper and Flame Out then?
But then we don't hit Caddy.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Cyber Trooper and then hit Caddy. And then we...
Yeah, we can throw out something here. Flame Out's good. 2 RD interfaces is a lot. This is clumsy. The double draw might not have been the right play there, but we need to find our answer soon. Now, we can always use Cabby. to pull out our breakers if we really need to. We will lose the last one, but we can always over-install with a misdirection, so it's not removed from game with the Cabanessa Wu ability. What's the worst card here, Pat?
Oh boy, I don't know. They're all cards I want.
Yeah, right. Which one are we the best at imagining it's at the bottom of our deck?
I think the turning wheel.
That's a one of.
Okay. I picked wrong. The flame out.
Okay. Yeah, we look good on money. Jogging agrees with you in chat. Let's see what they score out here. Again, we don't have to run much of anything that doesn't have double advance on it. Now, like, reversed accounts is the big issue, but the more that money we keep offshore on caddy kind of avoids that. Now, things like MCA Informant, or what is that card called? MCA, is it Informant?
I think Austerity Policy or Informant. Informant is the one that attaches itself onto...
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be a problem, because then we blanks caddy.
Yeah.
Okay, daily quest, and they overinstalled on an asset. It could actually be Snare. I wouldn't be too surprised. Keep drawing? News team? Oh yeah, news team would also make a lot of sense.
News team makes sense. Yeah.
So
in that case, artist colony.
Yeah. Do we care about how much money they have?
They've got 15 now.
If we run, we hit like a price tag. I think we just want to find our Citadel.
Yeah, for sure.
Fly on the wall would be disastrous, but they need a... Okay, I think we can do like Gamble, Caddy, Dreamnet, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
We can also do Turning Wheel and then start... No, I'd rather pressure with this because it draws cards.
Yeah, I think Dreamnet will be better in this case.
Okay, so next turn we can take Caddy and then run in Centrals. Can you take money off Caddy and use the MCA? No, you can't. So it counts as an ability. It adds the text to the card, and Caddy says you're going to use one ability. So yeah, you can't. Cool. That's where that interaction is so strong. We don't have MCA Informant just to show here. So they put back Hedge Fund and Unseen Card, which is what they just shuffled out of Server 1. So we probably need to charge Server 1, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Yeah, I think we have to.
We're gonna die to ganked or something. Michael Gondry Zen quit. Sorry? How's it going? Okay, that's the Raven. Nope. So this is going to be so taxing, right? Like the Raven Trace is not that bad for us. We have 2 link. But it's going to be like Prisec, and then that's 6 cards to remove, so we can't install the misdirection. I think we just bounce here.
Yeah, let's just bounce. That's fine. Do we try to run somewhere else now?
Yeah, I think so. We could install the Turning Wheel, but I don't want to run last click. Like if we have a tag, we can remove it. Let's just poke. Apparently you can't do that. If Caddy gets MCA'd, you have to end your turn tagged or you don't get your money. Yes, you can't use her both. Ooh, Mouseless. Now, this is actually pretty good with Black Orchestra because it comes in at good strength, 4 strength, which means we can break 2 the subroutines. So the net damage we don't want to take, and we can just give them a credit. Yeah. And that's 3 influence, if I'm not mistaken. Could mean they're on consulting visit. We're going to get a credit in a card from DreamNet, which is sick. And they can get a credit there. It's not worth us to spend 3. And now we know what we need to get in here. Casting Call.
Interesting.
Okay, so getting Misdirection down early would be good, but it shows where their agendas are. And Misdirection is going to goof on them. We could just sure gamble if we're really terrified. They're going to be on 16 credits. We're at 19-2 link. And the issue is that like we need a way to get this Black Orchestra in the bin. We need a pawn shop. We need a spec work because otherwise it'll be only 2 strength and it struggles to deal with Mouseless.
Yeah. So we draw here?
I think we just if we draw, we throw something out. Yeah, I think we just gamble, which is not amazing.
Yeah, just play the gamble.
But at least we're getting 2 credits a turn, which is a lot of money. And we know they shuffled 2 agendas into the deck, and it was a degree mill, right? So what do we degree mill away? Yeah. Empty Caddy, Rizeki, I guess. We can always re-pull the Rizeki out. No, I think we pull the Black Orchestra out. Yo, what did we see on the top of the deck? Oh, we saw Casting Call. Sick. All right. Keep setting up. That's good.
Okay. Draw again.
That's fine. We need a way to trash things. We can draw 1 Spore, install 1, and throw out the paperclip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so this lets us pull out any breaker. We have only 1 Paragon in the deck and we need it. So do we install Flameout?
Yeah, install Flameout, trash the paperclip.
Okay, so we're not hitting caddy, but we're getting 2 credits a turn. That's probably good enough. Flame out time, yeah, totally. Man, this card's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're on C-Source, which they easily could be, like C-Source closed accounts is such a big issue, we need to make sure our credits stay up. And that daily quest is not going to help us, but at least they're not doing anything else. We can always run archives. It means we ran, but we get a card and a credit. It's better than drawing. We might take a news team, but like we do have Artist Colony. Grab Chameleon, rejig it. It doesn't do anything right now, though. Everything's above. Oh, well, it would have been called Code Gate. Pat, what do you want to do?
I'm tempted to install one of those R&D interfaces and go after R&D.
But we don't have a way to deal with mouseless.
We don't have a way to deal with mouseless. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm tempted. Like, that's what I'm looking at, but
right.
No way to deal with mouseless.
We could force HQ, right?
Or we could draw first, see what we get.
But then shouldn't we run archives to get DreamNet?
Oh yeah, of course, it's a good idea.
We might hit a new... Yeah, but that's fine. We'll pawn it. Or not pawn it. Oh, consulting visit. So again, hard-hitting news into boom. So we're going to see a couple more Wayland cards. We can expect more Mouseleye.
Wait, so what did they throw out?
They shuffled the back.
They shuffled the back. Never mind.
So it probably wasn't a news team.
Okay.
I don't think we have to do anything here, but we could always pull a card and rejig it. We really need a pawn shop. Fuck.
What do we pull? Rizeki or?
Then our MU is going to be full.
Yeah. Maybe the last breaker.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the last breakers, you want to install the turn it matters, right?
Mm-hmm. Or we pull Chameleon, says Rook A, that we don't have to rejig that. And then we install like a R&D interface, take credit, or put credit on caddy.
I think we caddy. I don't know. I'm not excited about pulling Chameleon. Actually, no. Pulling Chameleon is fine, but like we just pull Chameleon, goes to our hand anyways. Like we should do that on a turn we're running, right? Like we pull Chameleon, run R&D. Is that the play for a single?
Okay,
I feel like we should just set up. I think we should just do double R&D interface caddy. No, but then we spend too much money and C-Source is going to eat us.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, I think install one of them or that.
Yeah, that's good enough. And now if we hit like a Data Raven on HQ or R&D, we can bounce off of it and put the pressure on. If you want to contest the remote, you can grab MK now and use it to Raven. The thing is, like, we're never going to break Raven. We're just going to do Trace 3. We have 2 Link. Unless they have the credit advantage, then but right now we have no reason to break Raven. Yeah, Turning Wheel is like the halfway point between from R&D interface and something else. We ran this turn though, so they can C-Source us. They can hard-hitting news us in theory, but we do have 25 credits. But the play, like, if they're on Consulting Visit, they're almost definitely on Economic Warfare. So C-Source might be a one of, which they could always consult for, which is expensive. But it's like Economic Warfare, hard-hitting news. But if they break the bank on that, like, we just put down Misdirection and clear the tags, and they look silly. Another upgrade. Okay, well, we want to win off Centrals because that remote server seems stupid.
Yeah, we're not going to get in there.
Do you run archives?
Sure. Yeah, let's run archives first.
Card and credit. Actually, wait. No, we should probably just challenge the Central, right?
Challenge HQ?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if like the worst case is a mouseless, but like anything else they res, like Enigma here, we could lose a click and bounce. Or we could break 3. No, we probably break 3 and continue, right? But we now know last click we can build Turning Wheel. Yeah, we want to go through because we get our what's it called, DreamNet? Ice Wall. That's more Wayland shit. We can pay
we already know that
5 to go through. We get 1 back. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
It comes in at 3 strength. Sick. That almost never matters. Unless you're breaking like what? Wall static. Cast and call the card we knew, but hey, we have a Citadel Sanctuary.
Oh, there we go.
That's such a big deal. So now they have the credit lead. They're gonna have 26 credits. So yeah, that's such a big deal in this matchup. So I think we just caddy, click for credit, install Citadel.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's what we do to avoid.
We can also last click run into the Enigma and bounce off of it. Is that better than a credit?
I don't want to be too. It is better than the credit for sure.
Okay, then fuck it. We've already ran, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna do the shortcut bounce HQ. So what this does is it stops us from running, hitting an end the run, having everyone to fire their abilities, hitting all those timing windows. Now they are firmly ahead, but we'll see.
Well, what we could have done is saying Thanos. We could have when we installed Paperclip, we could have installed over the extra.
Oh fuck yeah, we probably should have done that. We definitely should have done that. We do still have 3 spec work, but yeah, we probably should have overinstalled. Especially because we knew we didn't need anything else. And they're setting up for the remote server. We don't know what this ice is. So if we want to run HQ, it's 4 credits, 3 credits, and we get 1 back. But it doesn't look like they have agendas. Again, the density is only 6 cards and 44, so it's kind of low. Do you want to run archives? Or do you want to run HQ? R&D?
Let's run HQ.
Okay. Some money. This is again where, oh man, if we played for the gauntlet, we'd see 3 cards. It'd be so good. Gauntlet would be so good here. Can we jig the Blorch if we really want the strength boost? Yeah, we totally can. I think at that point though, we just like Cabinessa for Chameleon. Once we know what all the ice we're dealing with is. Yeah, we can also woo a Harbinger on top of this just to get this in the bin. Yeah, we do have a lot of options, but we just need a spec work. Okay, Boomerang is nice. Let's just deal with the mouse list if we really need to. But now we're behind by 10 credits. I don't know if we take Caddy here if we're that scared. We've seen that same casting call 3 fucking times.
We think.
We think, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to take Caddy now.
Do we need to? We didn't get hit last turn. Like the punishment is C-Source, 100% C-Source. Like if they do C-Source, but they have to hit like closed accounts. Or closed accounts and, yeah, either closed accounts or C-Source into All Seeing Eye would be brutal. It's sad Caddy money, but it puts us up at, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't know what we do with our hand,
we've already made money off of Caddy. It's not that sad. Like, Caddy's done her work.
She could do so much more for us, man.
I take the money. Andre, take the money.
Okay.
Take the money.
Now what do we do? This is unique.
I don't know.
I have no idea, man. Like we could just like Cabinessa to install over the Black Orchestra. To install like a Harbinger, which we can even rejig so we don't lose it, and then we can do not much with it. Why can't you do the mouseless? It's really expensive. Arash, yeah, it's just really expensive unless we install this and then get Cyber Trooper Loot, because we have to boost it like 6 to break 2 Cybertoons as opposed to 3 to boost once. Pull out another Rizeki. Our MU is gonna be tight. Click money. Yeah, click.
I like the idea of pulling out MK Ultra and retaking it. Unless it's already in the bin. Is that in the bin?
No.
I can't remember.
I don't think we're going to need an MK Ultra. Ditch Flameout? Yeah, we might want to ditch this, but that means we only have 1 Flameout for the whole game, which feels bad. I feel like we could just play an R&D interface and click for 1. Just scare them, you know?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we're still behind by like 5 credits on the trace. Oh, even more because of daily quest. Whoops. 10 credits behind.
I forgot about that.
Casting call, that's fine. So in theory, if we prepped for this, like we could run and misdirection and clear everything. Okay, so this face down card is a casting call, which is a bummer. It doesn't work on Netrunner, but the idea is that if we steal this, or even if we access this card, we take 2 tags. So we're looking at 2, 3, 4 tags, if 5 tags from the Data Raven, which means that's going to take us 2 clicks of 5 credits to remove, which is a really big deal. The problem is like we need to install the misdirection first. So we have to like install misdirection so we don't lose the damage, run. And then we have to spend money. Do you want to do it? Where's our 5th click back? Is this worth it? I think so.
Yeah, it must be worth it. Yeah, let's try it. It is 3 points.
Oh, our MU is goofed up. Okay, so what do you think we're not going to need? The Paperclip or the Black Orchestra? Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, right? Shaper.
I think like the Paperclip.
Okay, that's a more expensive one, but yeah, I think you're right. They're less likely, like beside an Ice Wall, I don't know what end the runs. So we can try and run this. We have the money, but they're going to have a huge advantage in terms of money. Okay, that shouldn't matter too much. Event program resource. So we break. Yeah, they can fire that. Now the trace here on the Data Raven is a bit meaningful. We can't actually break it, but if they spend too much money on the trace, it's kind of rough. They could do it. Like they could trace into this, and that might actually be disastrous for us. So you don't have a breaker here.
Yeah.
We're at 21 with 2 link. So they have to spend, like, again, almost all their money. And then they can only give us a single tag, which they can only use to, like, close accounts or, like, wipe the board or stuff like that. I think if they spend all into here, like...
Which would be pretty good.
It'd probably be okay. Now, the reason we pre-res the misdirection or pre-install the misdirection is we're assuming this is Prysac, which, again, costs them money to fire. And we probably don't have the money to trash it, but...
And we don't want to lose misdirection to damage.
Oh, sorry. I should have hit that. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot to hit that button. And we need 2 clicks left for the misdirection. So if we could lose a click here, it's going to be a huge issue. The fact that we have misdirection and Citadel seems like a bit much, but Citadel's a hell of a card.
It's a bit excessive.
They can also trace to amount that we don't have 5 credits when we access or 4 credits with DreamNet, but, like, I don't know. Good luck, right? Pay 8 to 11. Okay, thinking. So we'd have to spend 9 credits, which would put it at 10 credits. I feel like we have to boost this.
Yeah.
That's going to give us 10 credits, which is 5 for this. That means we can't trash to the Prysacs. Oh, wait a second. But then we still need 5 credits left over. I feel like I spent 1 too few. We're going to end our turn with 0 money, though. No, wait, we have DreamNet. 1 credit. Then we'll start our turn with 2. Yeah, then we do credit, clear the tags. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is 11. That puts us on 11 credits when we get through. Bologna is 5. Then we're looking to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags. So that's 5. Okay. So as long as we don't lose an extra credit here, we'll be okay. All our money's gone. This is where, like, loading caddy is good, but look, we don't have the clicks.
And we haven't even seen an ASOPs yet.
No, or even a spec work.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about spec work. So we'll pay 5 to steal that. So we still have 6. So this is a Prysac. Oh, product placement. Fine.
Oh.
Product placement. Fine.
Okay.
Okay. So they obviously have a huge credit lead, and we can be heavily punished by this, but it means next turn we're going to start with 5 credits. So even if they're hard-hitting news here, it's a problem. We're also exactly on 3 credits, so they can't economic warfare to put us at 0, because economic warfare is lose 4 credits if able. Now they do have a window here.
Yeah, they definitely do.
And there are ways to deal with misdirection, right? Like, there's best defense. Like, there's ways. Now, normally simul-chip is an issue, but not in this deck. And there's hard-hitting news, so there you go. They're going to buy a window here, but again, unless that's an Echo Chamber or Rashida, I don't think it's that good of a window. We do lose half our turn. All right.
4 credits.
This is why Sync feels so bad once Misdirection came out.
Yeah. Are we going to rejig our Black Orchestra?
I think we spec work it, no?
Yeah, sorry. I meant to say spec work.
We have just 1 credits. All right. And we can install the daily cast. Still no Proco.
I don't think we're ever going to see Proco.
No. Oh, not Proco. Sorry. Punch up.
Yeah, well, let's put it at the daily cast.
Yeah, our money is bad. Our money is not great right now. It's Rashida. Okay, that's one of the better draws for them. And now, like, that's the thing is, like, in theory, they have a lot of money. So the only issue here in the server is Data Raven. The fact that these aren't Prysacs, though, such a bigger deal, I think. Hedge fund. We didn't run this turn, so they can't punish us unless they have like threat level alpha. Yeah, we need to hit caddy every turn for a bit. Also, I think my face is on top of a daily cast. Okay. Now, big issues. We have to actually steal 3 agendas, and they only have to score 2 in an echo chamber, and that's a lot. But we also don't really have to run unless they advance, unless we're worried. Excuse me, worried about like the echo chamber, which that's fine. We also haven't seen any NGO fronts. Ice on HQ again. It's been a couple turns, and there's only one agenda daily quest. Okay, the credit lead is going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're on Paragon solo marathon.
Yeah, we're on Paragon. Turntable wouldn't have done anything in this matchup. For what it's worth, fucking Gauntlet looks sick in this matchup. Do we just caddy and do nothing?
Yeah.
Click for credits? Sure. Our Bath would have been really good. So every turn we're making 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 credits to their 3. We will catch up. Nanako gave me a really big meow next to me. She doesn't understand what streaming is, which is a problem because she's like, "You're being a dick now because you know I want to hang out." Her eyes are really narrow.
I think the problem is she does understand streaming and she's just being very inconsiderate.
Install double advance. Run archives for dreams? We could. We're not that worried about hard eaters.
Some bad things.
Yeah, which is fine. Don't you want to draw some cards to maybe find pawn shop? I think so. Yeah, we probably could have drawn once there. This is a remote. So if we think it's not an NGO front, like we can just do Boomerang on the Data Raven run.
Yeah.
And we only need to clear 1 tag, which we won't clear clicklessly because they have the credit advantage. So Citadel Sanctuary won't actually do anything. Do you want to just Boomerang Raven or do you want to leave this?
Yeah. No, Boomerang Raven makes sense to me.
Okay. They're going to have a huge credit lead, but again, who cares? I hope. This also fires off our DreamNet, which is cute. No, we're not going to break it. In theory, we could break this for relatively free. Like, we just have to install the Black Orchestra. Installing Black Orchestra costs us 3. We're going to lose 3 anyways. Yeah, we might as well. It stops them from getting 3 credits.
Yeah, put on the flame out.
Okay. Resource program. Okay, so we're going to do 3 to break 2 subroutines. That should break 2. It's a bit busted with Tolut and Flameout. So it should be at strength 6 now. Yeah, so Cyber Troop Tolut means it comes in at 4 strength, but unfortunately it does not work. So we have to actually clear the tag manually. Whoops. But that Boomerang's looking good. And we have Bologna credits. They're gonna get 4 more credits. Degree Mill. Okay.
Okay, so
Black Orchestra? I think we get rid of the Citadel.
Yeah, because we've got the misdirection.
Yeah.
This goes to the bottom or shuffle into the stack?
It doesn't matter because Boomerang's going to shuffle it anyways. Yeah,
you're right. It doesn't matter.
It's either the R&D interface or the Black Orchestra. I think it's the Black Orchestra.
I think it's the Black Orchestra.
Because we can always pull rejig it. Yeah.
With Woo.
Okay, we give them 4 more credits. Cool. We drew into a Cyber Trooper Tolut. Okay, so shuffle. We can either spend 2 clicks and 1 credit to clear a tag, or 3 credits and 1 click. What is better? So that basically means like we clear the tag and click for 2 credits. I don't think we can do better than click for 2 credits unless we hit caddy. So I think we can do remove tag, click caddy, or just misdirection.
Yeah. I think remove tag, click caddy makes more sense.
I think so.
Is that?
We're weak to Seahorse. Seahorse.
No, Seahorse.
Seahorse. NBN Seahorse. Now we have given them 8 credits from product placements. I really like the art on this card. I think it's great. The angle is fantastic.
That's a Matt Zellinger, right?
Oh, there's Economic Warfare, which again doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Is it a Zellinger? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Sick. Okay, so the thing is we're going to get 4 credits at the top of our turn, so we can just clear the tags manually. It's hard for them to find a window. So we're just going to do that. It stops us from doing other stuff. But like fucking Sync feels so bad. Like Sync came out and then for a while it was like really scary, and then like Misdirection was the thing.
Misdirection, oh, too bad.
Yeah, they're typing. That's probably such a bummer. Okay, we're going to store more money. Caddy seems safe. It looks like they're not on C-Source. That's the second Hardini news. Yeah. And we just want to make sure that we can always contest the remotes here. So we could, like, in theory, run archives for a card and a credit. Or we can just click for credit. I feel like running archives is fine. Like, they didn't see sources last turn.
Sure.
The only issue is, like, the third Hardini news. Cyber Trooper Talent.
Oh, the talent, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ooh, a Seahorse Breaker along with Ika. Ooh.
Another Dream Net. We get rid of Dream Net. Okay, we also saw a face down card in Archives. I don't think I was smart enough to check what it is, but it looks like it's a third hard-hitting news. So there's a chance they have no tag punishment unless there is like consulting visit to Seahorse, which would have happened by now. Card in server 1 again, double advance. This easily could be the game. We could go all in it, but we also don't have to go all in if we don't want to. Pat, what's the play?
Yeah. What's the play with 6 credits? So if it's a Bologna, we want to make sure we end up there with 5 credits. So anyway, I think the play is try and get into that server.
Okay. So things we could do, like we could take Caddy, we could pull an MK Ultra from our deck, and break the Raven for free. Fly on the Wall's worst case. I don't think they're on Fly on the Wall though, because they're a 44 card deck, so they're on 20 agenda points, which means they're likely just 6 3-pointers. It's unlikely for them. They're not on 49, so like they'd have to put like 5 3-pointers and 3 1-pointers, which is possible. Oh, Chameleon for Raven. Yeah, Chameleon for Raven's fine too. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that. Chameleon for Raven.
Thinking. We'd have to take Caddy though, right? Let's call it Junebug or NGO. Junebug would be fine. NGO would be fine too. But in theory, we could let them have this one. Okay, so we're going to do this properly. Sentry. Run. Yellow. We have a click to remove the tag. Why not MK? Why not? This is technically cheaper. Resource program resource. Okay. Yeah, this is technically cheaper. It uses fewer flameout credits. God, the fact that all this automation works is so cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told you I've been teaching one of my friends how to use Jinteki, and like I'm constantly impressed by it.
It's an NGO front.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give them a lot more money. It's -1 to install from Woo. Yeah, but we don't pay 3 to break. We pay 1 to break. So it saved us money in the long run on the flameout. We'll just remove the tag. We'll do the Chameleon first, so we don't trash it. Again, the Chameleon gets removed to your hand after you check hand size, so you can keep 6 cards in hand. Yeah, how's the new player experience been on JNet? Is it like super intuitive for those who might not like play card games, let alone play JNet?
I don't think it is, but it like I mean it's difficult not being able to look over my friend's shoulder because I'm not super familiar with JNet. Like I play maybe once every few weeks on JNet. I don't think it's super intuitive. I don't think it's all obvious how things work. But the fact that you can manually take care of most interactions rather than actually do the interaction itself does help quite a bit because there is a lot of messing up at first.
Yeah, for sure. I think a really big thing, and this goes for not only running JNet but for learning any for like any Netrunner. Like as a new player, I think one of the best things you can do is not play against your friend who knows the game, but play with your friend who knows the game. Like if I had a newer player, like sitting them down and watching them play and then being able to do that sort of like pedagogical, like, oh, that's probably not a good idea. They shuffled 2 Bolognas into R&D, which we have an R&D interface for that. Anyways, I feel like that's way better because you can learn a lot more as opposed to like talking after the game. If you did this better or watching the replay, we just set up, right?
Yeah, we've got to set up. And we've got time.
There's 2 Bolognas in R&D, and there's only 13 cards left. So here we could probably just like rejig for a Harbinger. Seems pretty low tempo.
It's worth 6 credits in the long run.
We could also just rejig for a breaker, like the MK Orchard Black. We could rejig for the MK for the Black Orchestra. I think that's better. No, actually, it's not. We don't need to. Yeah, we'll just rejig for that. Whatever. It takes it out of their deck. And that will get removed from the game unless we rejig it.
Yeah. Cool.
Add an installed program or piece of hardware to your grip. If you do, you may install a program or piece of hardware paying X cost. It's weird that doesn't work from Archives. Scavenge did work from Archives, right?
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. Scavenge was Archive specifically, right?
Yeah. I thought this was a direct reprint. It lost all the scavenging stuff.
No, because a Simulchip is a partial scavenging reprint.
No, but Simulchip is a clone chip reprint.
It's also a scavenged reprint.
No.
Yeah.
It's just a clone ship reprint. What do you mean?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It could, but it also does scavenge.
Scavenge shouldn't save any credits. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you meant like the 3 credit rebate.
No. But
okay.
I was hoping chat would come to my defense here, but of course, as usual, no.
Run archives?
Yeah,
like the game looks like it's 2 balloons in R&D.
Yeah.
Pat is right. Hell yeah.
Oh,
hey, we drew the spec work just in time. So we could always like cabinessa for one of those. But I think we just want to get ready to contest this. So like we can cabinessa for how much cards does this draw? 1 too many. Like we can cabinessa for the MK Ultra, or sorry, the Black Orchestra, whatever breaker we're missing. And we're missing 2.
Oh, I didn't realize we're missing 2.
That's fine. Defense. Pat's always right. There's no defense needed. It's just assumed.
That's a good point.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's fair. It's always my birthday.
Okay, so we have a couple options here, like spec working to get something down. We could also spec work Harbinger. We don't have to do it. I think we should. Let's just pull out the Black Orchestra so we have it.
Yeah.
And then we can spec work it so we don't get removed from the game. We're going to discard a card here, but whatever. We don't need another pawn shop. We have another in the stack if it doesn't get killed. Console will be good. We only have 1 MU, but at this point, the misdirection might not be necessary because they did 3 hard-hitting news and a preemptive. It doesn't really do much against C-Source. Oh, our Citadel's back in the 17, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I assumed it was trash, but that's the point.
But yeah, they're 34 credits, though. Like, we're never going to win that trace at the end of the turn. And I know the other deck had DreamNet, but like, fuck, Rozeki is so silly, right? Like, turn 1, how many money do we get from this shit?
Yeah.
And we don't have to run unless they advance anything, unless Echo Chamber is a threat at that point. And there you go. Sorry, what's that, Pat?
Oh, never mind. I was just wondering out loud if, like, is Rozeki too good? Should Rozeki be adjusted in some way?
So, from what I understand from listening to, like, a lot of Nisei people talk about most wanna list changes, and honestly, like, I felt called out to some extent. I'm going to just do our turn really quickly, because I think we can just camp the remote. They have 9 cards left in R&D. They don't have that much time to win the game. Okay. So we need to find our MU. The idea that Rozeki is too strong, they said specifically, like, that's a meme. Nobody really believes that. I forget who was saying that, but like, I don't know. I think really people do believe that Rozeki is too good. I don't think that's a meme. I don't think that's something that can be explained away like that.
Even if it's too good, it's only too good by like 1 credit install cost.
I don't think it's an install cost. I think the big issue with Rozeki is it's 1 influence.
Yeah.
This card probably should have been 2 influence. Because this card's like a really big deal in Criminal. It's one of the big deals why Criminal is doing well. I think that's the only problem with it. If there's a problem with it.
Did you Aesops anything?
I'm going to Aesops the face down card just because this technically gives us spec work value. So you want to trigger the Aesops. Remote time? Yeah, I think so.
I just thought you weren't going to do it.
So here we got some options. We can install the Chameleon. If we install Sentry, we can deal with everything. So I think we're just going to do that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, MU is going to be a problem, but we can trash Rozeki's. Let's hope for the best here. Less splashable would have been better. Yeah, if it was just not what MU would probably be okay. Okay, so none of this stuff really matters. We could break this for free. Yeah, that's fine. No, then we have to trash something. We could just lose 6 on this, right?
Yeah.
Hardware event. Sick. Oh, our Paragon's gonna be on the bottom. No, we were so close. We definitely have an MU issue, but the 2 MU console does seem kind of nice. Paragon's.
We've also got a Boomerang in there to shuffle, and
yeah,
and Wu can shuffle.
Event resource. Okay, Beth is coming on up. Why did you put Chameleon on Flameout? Because I thought we might pull out a Black Orchestra. Black Orchestra, and we put that on a Flameout to use the credits. Like here, we're only saving 1 credit. If we use Black Orchestra, we're likely to save 3 credits. So it didn't seem entirely necessary. But it was definitely an option. Like I thought we are going to hit a Mouseless or like an Enigma or something there. Maya. Yeah, Maya seems kind of fun.
And
that's the game. Yeah, Bologna. Good game. Good game. Yeah, misdirection really goofs with That sync never feels good. Thanks. You too. That's a very nice person, though. Need to bump that data raven early. Yeah, the raven token is scary. If you bumped one more, I think you could. Well,
one or two more, I think.
We thought it was double Prisec in the remote, so we needed to keep 5 credits. But it wasn't the case. Maybe bumping.
No. Used to live in Montreal for a while, apparently. Wonder if we played him.
Oh, cool.
Just saying that they used to live in Montreal for a while.
A PC or two in there for fun too. Yeah, cool card though. Hey, you too. Take care. Man, I missed that. That doesn't always happen. Talking on after the game. A lot of pleasant people playing this game. Flameout got used 2 credits profit. Yeah, but you can always pawn it. We also threw out 2 flameouts. Like that game, we weren't running that much, and most of the time they were running, we didn't have to actually break. Like there was a trace in theory. We hit a lot of what's it called? Slot machines. But flameout is like it's a really good card in that list. Daijin, that's a really cool list. There's a chance that like it is like that idea in Haley is worth pursuing, and then you can play Proco and other stuff. But like I'm not saying we made the deck better, because obviously it's a meta thing too. But like the Rozekis seemed good, but MEU was an issue. So maybe data folding was fine there as long as we can protect our resources. The caddy though was a big deal. Like being able to get economy without interacting. Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. Thanks to all the comments that Daijin again, and like we say this a fair bit. The fact that people post lists and then do a write-up, that's such a big deal for people who are newer to the game, people who don't interact with the deck building part. Like that is one of the best things you can do to ensure that people are playing with stuff and the community and the discussion. Like it's sick. So cheers. Daijin posted this list. Port Valley says, wait, what? Oh, there's a thing here. Port Valley says, pretty random, but do you feel about the Terminal Directive Runner coming back soon? I think they're kind of neat, but a bit under the curve. Honestly, I think
Steve is okay.
Yeah, here, let's pull them up before we look at this. Oh, this is the list that we looked at. Oh, cool, an Apocalypse list. Okay, cool. So they're saying RNG that's sort of wooed by the Apocalypse. That's neat. I feel like getting the setup where you install Cyber Trooper Tolutes and then have all these breakers just so you can Apocalypse, like, I don't get that. Aesop's Pawn Shop, though, is such a hell of a card with Apocalypse.
Yeah, of course.
I really don't like this card. I wish this card was 5 influence more than anything else in the game. But yeah, it seems like a lot of work for something that's not permanent. But I believe it. Okay, firstly, what deck would Maya go in? Shaper with Citadel, any Shaper with 1 link, Shaper with Citadel, and then specifically, obviously, Jesminder Serene, who she came with. The problem is like Jesminder is kind of underplayed, and if you're playing an aggressive Jez, you probably want to maybe even play a different console. Like Shaper consoles just haven't been that good, but Maya is a really good value for MBU, but no one's really excited about that. Like people are playing Akamatsu Mem Chip regularly, but that's because they are playing other consoles. We'll get to the deck building. We'll answer Port Valley really quick. Minecraft Steve. Yo, Ian, good game. I gotta run, but I'll catch the rest later. Thanks for streaming. Yo, cheers. Oh, I didn't realize they were playing against you. Awesome. Yo, good game. That was a cool game. Okay, so we're talking about Isla and Steve. So the idea is that Isla and Steve have been announced as coming back, and these are the 2 runners that were in Terminal Directive, which was the like legacy Netrunner product that came out a while ago in a really, really big box with almost nothing in the box. I hate when people do that. Hate's a strong word. The fact that the box is this big and it has like this much content in it, like I understand it's for board space, for tables, excuse me, it's for like shelf space in a store, but at the end of the day, my house is smaller than a store too, so like, please stop. Let alone shipping costs. Like I don't get it. I keep saying this anytime Terminal Directive comes up. Watch this video. Trace5 made this video. It's an hour long. It's really, really, really good, and it nails on the head. I'm not gonna talk about Terminal Directive. But check this out. It's so good. I watch it like once a year. It's really fun. Okay, so Steve Cambridge. Steve Cambridge is actually a really good card. I don't know whether you start as Steve. The fact that Steve is a Gmod, so you can rebirth into Steve, that's a really big deal. Well, not rebirth, DJ Fenris into Steve, that's a really big deal. I think Steve's ability is very strong. I think recursion's really good. It's really good in like a kind of obvious way. It's like I run HQ. It's like, imagine that it said when you run HQ, draw a card. That doesn't seem that good, but when it's draw a good card, wait, well, your deck should just be good cards. I think that's a totally like reasonable ability. And you know, you can play Gabe and run HQ is gain 2 credits. That's fine too. But on this ability, like you can get more than 2 credits worth of from a card that you recur. I think that's totally fine. Steve Holt. Environmental impacts, yeah, totally. It's like a shit ton of cardboard and shipping. Oh, it wasn't me playing. Okay, cool. Next time. Yeah, maybe next time. That'd be cool. Enjoy the rest of your evening, eh? I think Steve's ability is pretty relevant. It's pretty fun. I like that it gives choice to your opponent. I think that's pretty interesting, where now there's like more big decision points in the game that can impact the flow of the game in a pretty meaningful way. And I think that's really good for Netrunner. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a strong ability, but I think maybe without less Leela, 419 doesn't seem that interesting to a lot of people. He probably sees some play. If you have any sort of really good events or anything that can be like recursion is one of the strongest abilities in a card game. Like there was points in time where people would play Steve Cambridge, run HQ, they would rebirth into Steve Cambridge, and then they would pick 2 Temujin contracts. Like that's really good. If there's any card that's hard to recur, Steve can make it recur, and that's more valuable a lot of times than like Gabe's ability. And it's also really good against damage decks. Like the idea that whenever you run HQ, you draw a card. That can be pretty relevant. But that's likely it. Yeah, the Solom is saying too, also just show him 2 of the same card and it's not really a choice, but it takes a while to get to that point. Steve is honestly interesting because like we saw this sort of design as like having cards in your heap being a benefit to you is not something that's been well explored in this game outside of maybe Blue Moose, which was stupid. That card is like going to be banned forever for obvious reasons. But the idea is that like having cards in your heap and that being a resource is really kind of cool. And I like that you look at that the same way kind of Max looks at it, heap breakers to some extent. I like that idea that you plan your turns like that. That's kind of cool. Emergency shutdown so much better than Steve. Yeah, all the cards that say after making a successful HQ run, that's really cool. Like Paul Up, Shutdown, Apocalypse is a really big deal in Steve, which is kind of annoying because I don't want more Apocalypse. Ayla though, I think is incredibly bland. I thought when we saw Ayla that we're going to see cards that actually dealt with NVRAM, which is kind of weird because there's no other cards that have existed that are kind of like unique cards in Arkham Horror that only exist with a certain runner. But I'm surprised that there was not that many ways to deal with NVRAM in an interesting way. Like maybe it could have been add 2 cards to NVRAM, like one click to draw 2 cards from NVRAM and put 1 card back, something like that. Like the idea that you can't put things into NVRAM is such a bummer to me, considering that sort of out of play thing. This is the first time we've seen it on the runner side. But otherwise people just use this for like degenerate combo decks. It just kind of makes your mulligan bigger. So it's like, oh, I'm like Andy, or like I can ensure that I draw my 1 of Apocalypse or have a better chance of drawing it and protecting it from damage, stuff like that. We would play Ayla when we played like Hyperdriver Gravedigger decks, like stuff that's like janky and silly. But at the end of the day, this identity is like as exciting as Andromeda, but less so, because Andromeda at least you have a really cool opening return. Go Timmy decks, one Nat. Yeah, Timmy decks, right? That's what we call it, Timmy or Tammy decks. These sort of like combo decks that people chase that has like, if you get all this to line up, you can do something cool. And sometimes it's actually really competitive, but I don't know. I just feel like that ability could have been so much more interesting, right?
Yeah, we really could have. It's too bad.
Yeah, Solom, also good for taking away silver billets, tech cards. Yeah, and that's a really big deal. It's like you can play more tech cards, and then you can decide, like, NVRAM can get used a lot of times. It's like, I don't want to draw this card. I don't want this card in the matchup, right? Like, you're playing against HB. Maybe you don't want your Caldera, whatever, right? Like, you just put that on NVRAM and you don't draw it. So that means, like, Ayla is playing with, like a pseudo 40-card deck, which is something you could do in Shaper before if you thought Akamatsu Memchip was really exciting. Take that, Chaos Theory. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's that interesting, but she's much more interesting than Chaos Theory. Joseki won with that. Was Joseki playing a BIOS deck? I know Joseki would win with like diaper decks. I didn't realize it was BIOS. Also, her theme, right? Like her theme was somewhat explored in Terminal Directive, but like most themes in Terminal Directive, not well explored. Like the idea that she's meant to be like, you know, some sort of botanist. Like she had a console that was a flower, but it had like a pretty generic ability. She had this like event that showed her like building flowers that said corpse can res things. Like the fact that that's not well explored either. Like I don't know what it means to be a digital botanist in Netrunner. Which like that's a super cool thing. Like we have an idea of what like painting and what like Kate gets up to, or like, you know, what 419 gets his rocks off to. But like, I literally have no understanding of what digital flowers are for. The stuff applaud. I used to use Isla just to make sure I could get Magnum Opus turn 1 when I was learning Netrunner. Exactly. Like that will still happen. And like, I don't know. It's not flashy. I'd rather have I've always said this. I'd rather have an ability that matters every turn, that makes me decide how to play the game, as opposed to like a passive benefit, right? Like if somebody had, again, Chaos Theory is not a good example, but like I know Leela isn't going to be around forever, and some people really don't like Leela, but Leela changes how you think and play the game. Geist thinks how you change and play the game, how you deck build the game. And Isla is, you know, just kind of like a nice benefit to have. And some people value that. Like not everything has to be super flashy, but for me, let's do something else. The real question on nobody's mind is Isla better than Safina Rousseau? Yeah, like Safina Rousseau is a better example of this. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get to...
like Safina...
Sorry, Pat?
No, I was going to say I like Safina Rousseau a lot. That's one of my favorite investigators.
So, excuse me. It's kind of an interesting design space. We're going to get to the deck buildings. I know not everyone cares about Arkham. We streamed Arkham earlier this week on Halloween, and it was a lot of fun. We're going to do something like that again, but probably not on this channel. But Safina was kind of like Isla. At the beginning of your turn, you draw this giant Andy hand, and then you take events and you put them under Safina, and then you can always take those events out. But the thing with Arkham specifically, which is kind of interesting, and it's not something that exists in Netrunner, and I don't know if it's something that will ever be added to Netrunner, is that when you play a certain identity, a certain investigator, there's certain cards that are unique to them that you have to add to your deck. So she has a card that says, play an event underneath her ability, or play this event that's her unique card as a copy of any card underneath her. Yeah. Because she's meant to be this painter who does forgeries. So the idea is that you can put one card underneath her, and then there's this really interesting part of the game where it's like, okay, that card would be really good now, so I could draw it and play it, or I can have that really good card and stay it underneath Safina, so throughout the game I can forge it a couple times. And that's really fascinating because the cards underneath her will be very good, and there's this kind of like push your luck element of, I know I can play this like ridiculous card 3 times if I'm really good, or I can pull it and play it now. Oh yeah, you're right. Adam's kind of like that. Adam's the closest thing we have to that. That's totally true. I'd totally be down to see more like that if possible. Like it's such a cool design space to be like, this person starts with this hardware, or this person starts with this event in hand. Stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like when we were playing with Nemix cards.
Yeah, there's a couple of those. Will the 2 IDs keep the same abilities, or will they modify them? I'm pretty sure they'll keep the same. Yeah, I think they'll keep the same. I don't think they want to confuse anybody. They have not done any functional erratas. And I feel like if they wanted to print something that was similar but different, they would just make a new identity. I don't think there's any benefit there of keeping the name. But I don't know. That's not confirmation. Yo, Jim, what's up? Isla is not better than Seth. No, she's not. She really isn't. TD and theme don't go hand in hand. Woof. Chaos Theory was the first 40 card runner when she was introduced, which is interesting at the time. Yeah, that's totally true. Like the small deck size was kind of compelling in a meta where it's like, can I get Magnum Opus in my opening hand? But yeah, that definitely isn't. That did not age as well. Adam is fun. Seth is fun. Yeah, Seth is really cool. I don't play enough Seth. Pat, you want to do something stupid?
I'm already here.
Wait, what? It's 11:30?
The first game took a long time.
How are we going to build a deck? It's 11:30.
I don't think we have time to build a deck and play a game.
That's kind of a bummer.
I don't know how this happened.
How did this happen?
So the first game went pretty long. I don't know how the second game went long.
I thought it was 10:30, which is a good thing. Like that means that we're having fun and time is flying, as they say. But also, the fuck?
I don't know what we do at this point. Do we play another game with the deck we built?
Yeah, let's just net deck something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. We'll rename this stream after the fact, and then we'll busk later on at some point. Sorry about that. Can we get another hour if you do daylight savings again? I wish. Man,
time is fake anyway.
I'm a huge fan of daylight savings. Win it in the fall, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Krams has a deck.
Time is meaningless though.
Yeah, time does. Okay. This is a deck. It plays cards that I would say I have never played. On its own, it's Edward Kim. Got a link. Got a hammer. Trashed operations. That's good stuff. We have career fair. It's good. Only 8 resources, but some of them are good. Deuces Wild, Diesel. Again, we have I've Had Worse. We have a shit ton of card draw. Dirty Laundry, Mobius, a card that I can't say I like, and I don't think we get any benefit besides Chisel, but it's only if the run was successful. Stim Extra Gamble, Demolishers, I think a really, really bad console.
Yeah. But Mobius is one of those cards that's definitely a typo, right? Like it said HQ.
Yes, yeah, it was. I believe we got official clarification that this was a typo.
Oh, did we? Okay, cool.
Yeah. What about Sand Sync deck from Worlds? Oh wait, that was a dope deck. Yes, sorry, Krams. Cool list though. Let's see what that is. Yeah, let's see how bad Sync feels like when somebody plays Misdirection. There's like a lot of actually really cool decks. Last Pass Note. From Worlds that I don't think we had the time to explore. Mobius works after trashing an operation? Yeah, it totally does. And in theory, if it works with things like Turning Wheel or Amakua or Medium, anything that gets advantages or Data Sucker. But that list didn't seem to have a lot besides like Imp or just Stability. Okay. Sans list. Archive Memories, Consulting Visit, and Mouseless, Degree Mill. Wait, this is probably a deck we were just playing. Yeah, this is the deck we were just playing. Okay.
Yeah, it must be. Interesting.
Okay, let's do it. So again, the scoring pattern here is Bologna, Degree Mill. You score 2 of 6, and then you just get an Echo Chamber in the remote. You might want to do the read up real quick, but the idea is, Pat, do you want to do a read up real quick while I pull the deck in? Because like I don't know how quickly you build the remotes. I feel like a lot of sync decks would just kind of like ice up centrals and build some sort of like bad win situation where you run the remote really terribly. But we can build a remote. Economic Warfare Consulting. We don't have C source. We have 2 casting calls, and yeah, seems fine. No NGO front, which we won't tell the runner. The one sync deck. Is my bad for grinding the first game? No, not at all. Don't apologize.
The first game was really good.
Yeah. I always thought about a double run deck where we put all cards in that run twice. How many are those? It's just like, wait, the R&D one and the R&D one? 2 R&D
and
one?
And then there's the marathon that lets you run infinite times in a turn.
Always have a backup plan? Yeah, Thanos backup plan, yeah.
All right, you've got 12 cards now. The rest is a basic
Yo,
set.
You play Chaos Theory. You're like a quarter of the way there. Oh, and then you had to play. I think that rotated though. What's the one where Leela's running down the hallway and she looks like she's gonna run a lot?
3 steps ahead.
Yeah. Or 2 steps ahead. Is it 3? Like that's more steps ahead.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Steps ahead.
It has rotated. It's lunar, but yeah.
Oh, that does work with it though. Huh.
Okay, I don't know a lot about this, and this might be I just heard a name and then I thought the name came from somewhere else, but maybe I've said this on the stream before. Marathon, that was like the first person shooter, a game that Bungie made back on the Mac, right? Yeah. It was like their Doom clone. If I'm not mistaken, one of the main AIs in that game is called Leela, and the melee instrument that you have from that game, like if you hit 1, go to your melee weapon, it is these gloves, like that sort of same style. I have no idea if that's meant to be like a strict reference or not, but I guess Leela's a semi-popular name. But like the fact that those gloves look like that is what I thought, at least. You can put the event that runs archives, access HQ, and R&D. What's that one even called? It's a 3-credit NR
Divide
card.
and Conquer.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, what's Leela in Marathon? He googles Leela in Marathon. Yeah, Leela. The UESC commander AI. Leela was the player's first known master, responsible for guiding and helping. And let's go see if we can find what those gloves are. How do we see the Marathon story? Forpedia. Okay, we'll keep bouncing back. Really annoying. Weapons. Weapons. Yeah, do you see these fists? Like they're, I don't know if you can see that well. Like these sort of gloves that have like the sort of like space punching. Like the left one you can see very clearly. It's like a knuckle that's wired into you and it has like 3 balls on it. Oh, Solomir. Yo, thank you. Okay, that doesn't look like it, but I think on her art it shows it. Again, I'm probably stretching. 70% there.
Okay.
Yo, this deep lore is acceptable. I don't know. Hashika wants those central accesses. We got an early echo chamber. That's not that good. Rashida single ice. Double hedge fund though is kind of nice.
I'm so on this hand.
Okay. What button you want me to press?
Yeah, let's keep it.
Okay. If we draw another ice, I think we're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know the matchup. Press 1 for more marathon facts. Unsubscribe.
I'd like to unsubscribe. Unsubscribe from marathon facts.
Is Metropole reinventing itself as a lore channel? We're gonna be Tony Hawk Pro Skater lore. All right, HQ R&D. So R&D, obviously, we're worried about. We don't know what kind of list Solomir's playing. So HQ, I think the only pressure here is like single accesses, which could trash our 2 1-costers and wanton destruction. R&D is really good for Keyhole, or Stargate, as we call it modernly. Where do you want to put this?
R&D, I think.
Okay. We can also bluff out and jam Rashida behind a slot machine. But that seems bad to have it on. Okay.
It seems bad, and they probably know what we're playing.
The thing is that I think if we do this on R&D and then we do like hedge fund credit, like we do another hedge fund, they run HQ and trash something, which is bad because they probably want to run because of Hoshiko. But if they don't, we can do, if they do run, we can do like hedge fund into hard hitting.
Hedge fund,
yeah, that seems good.
That makes sense.
Ignores pilot guide Wikipedia hole? What does that even mean? Keiko, that's good. That's good early economy and street pelt areas. Bits of respect, but their econ's low, so it's gonna be hard for them to interact. Which is why we can actually like jump out. I think a naked Rashida and probably get away with it because the hard hitting news threat is such a big deal here. Because it's 12 credits to clear all the tags. Which good luck with that. Not that we have the punishment in hand, but in theory, there's a flip side to this card. I don't know what it says.
Ooh, that's really cool.
What's that?
Speaking of lore, I've been writing a short audio drama with music about a Red Planet courier who gets caught up with some resistance fighters to uncover the truth behind Rampoa mines.
Cool.
Yeah. What is the truth behind Rampoa mines?
It's buried at the bottom of R&D.
Oh.
That's all I know. That's awesome. How's that going? All right, we'll build up a remote.
With Rashida? Yeah.
Yeah, seems good. We got to see it during Worlds. Yeah, actually, you're right. We did get to see it during Worlds, which is such a cool surprise. Obviously, all of like casting is joking about that this doesn't have a backside. It's really pretty though. There's some neat fluff on one Poe that's telling. Where do you get the lore that you're writing on from? From like from Android board games, from the World of Android book, or are you just like, you know, doing your own thing? Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. So I'm gonna res and say action just to respect Councilman because I'm courteous. I'm Councilman courteous. All right. So this is the window to jam a Bologna for a mile, right?
Well, it would have been.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can just get the daily quest running. Ideally, if we got an agenda, it'd be good. Yeah, we'll ice up for sure. So Shiko, I don't know whether she always has rebirth. We definitely want to ice up Centros. Do we do double Data Raven on the remote?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. We also could do like Raven into IP block, which can be pretty annoying. We'll just do Raven.
I like Raven.
Okay. Centrals, we want to ice up a bit more. We'll put this one on HQ. Now we don't have anything stewing in the remote. I think we can get away with the daily quest, but we'd have to res it. I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
And again, if they do interact with us, we have hedge fund into hard hitting. Mostly the Android Lord wiki plus lots of card fluff. Oh, sick. Are you going to publish it or is it just your thing? That's really cool. I'm not drinking coffee. It's 11:30. What am I doing?
Wait, are you drinking coffee right now?
It's on my desk. It's so easy to do it. Data sucker means we should ice archives.
Don't do it. Yeah.
It also means that they could be on the data sucker. Oh no, that was a freedom list I'm thinking of. Okay, so an IP block on archives is probably good enough. We can draw once here. Double install?
Yeah, for sure. Draw once, double install, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so IP block ends the run. I'll put that on our on archives and then slot machine on R&D. In theory, actually, an IP block on R&D is probably a bit better. Unfortunately, for like turning wheel, you want this on the inside, but that's probably good enough. And again, we only have 6 agendas, so I'll likely put on my Bandcamp or SoundCloud and maybe figure out how to podcast RSS feed. Oh yeah, right, because it's an audio drama. Oh, awesome. Drink coffee and busk, Paul says. Oh boy.
Ooh, Gachapon, fun.
Gachapon being popped. We didn't pay too much attention what came off the Street Peddler, but it looks like it was Hippo Gamble, if I'm guessing. Gachapon installing a Poema and then removing an Ivedwars and a Taka. So it looks like a lot of the companions are going to show up. We've seen 2 so far. Fueno would be sick. The worst thing food can do is be right there in front of you. I want dessert now. And hey, their credits are stabilizing a bit. I still think it's a Bologna gem. Oh, Thoth is in this deck. I think Thoth is such a bad card.
Yeah, Thoth is a weird bad card.
The numbers on it are just so bad. There's no way that Sand said that this was a good card in their deck at Worlds. It's unbelievable. Okay, well, we don't have to do much. We can draw, install Hedge Fund. Well, if they ever interact, and we need to give them a reason too, we're going to throw the book at them. Question is, where do we put the slot machine? I don't think we're going to have much threat from HQ. It might be worth to play around Hippo.
Are they going to Stargate and...
Well, yeah, we have to play around Hippo. That's kind of the issue. I would just put this on HQ and gamble. Whatever. I just want to draw an agenda so bad. This isn't enough front? What are you talking about? What? Thoth? Or coffee? Seems like just good stuff with Shiko, no APOC? Yeah, it doesn't look like APOC. It really doesn't look like APOC.
I've never been a coffee drinker. Like I've never had the urge. I smell it and I'm like, this smells good, but I don't want to put this in my mouth.
Paper clip in the bin. Dude, after you eat a sandwich at 1:30, I get really sleepy after I eat bread. I need coffee in my life. I didn't used to be that way. You sounded so set. Thoth is awful. 7 for a shitty Data Raven, like 6 strength, really cool. But trace 4 for a net damage and 1 credit loss. Like what? And like at the end of the day, if they're tag me, like you still get a trace 4 to not die. I don't get it. I don't think we push out the Echo Chamber. That's obviously bad. So I think we install Thoth just so that we don't get hippoed. We'll draw 1. We'll throw Thoth out. Okay, that's cute. If we put this on R&D, they probably need to run it so it looks like it's a Chrysium against a potential Stargate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, fucking not installing Thoth. I'm clicking for no. I'll install Thoth just because Hippo.
That's all it is.
It's just Hippo protection.
A unique sentry has been reduced to Hippo protection.
An Egyptian god. Truth like the sunlight shines above all. Trace 4. Take a net damage. Trace 4. Like Assassin is so much better than this. Now, admittedly, on encounter tag sync. Okay, wait. That's still a shitty Data Raven. Maybe you want a 4th Data Raven. After image. Oh, Thoth looks so bad right now. This is a stealth build. They need to find that Taka. Oh man, they're gonna make our Data Ravens look stupid. I wish we had Thoth on their double Raven now. Gutenberg, no! That's a perfect thing! For R&D, we should have looked at the deck list. Okay, well, we know what we're going to do next turn. Whatever, this is good enough. They still have to deal with it. That means they have to boost. What do we throw out here? Everything's a banger. Oh, uh-oh. I think our neighbors are knocking on the wall. I gotta be quieter. Guten's now Hippo defense. I'm gonna be way quieter. I'm like madly embarrassed right now.
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that.
I'm so sorry.
You know why? It's because it's like 12:30 right now.
No, it's these. I have these on, and they're too good at sound canceling. They're too good headphones. I feel like I can get rid of an echo chamber. Whatever. I'll have another one. I have that problem too. Yeah, right? Like, I'm probably yelling like such an asshole. Ideally, stick Ravens in front of Thoth. Yeah, ideally, right? Like, that's ideal, is that they hit this and the traces are a bit more impactful, but, you know. We got no sunset. Sorry. Fuck. Oh, Hunting Grounds. Okay, Thoth looks so much better right now.
So now Thoth is just going to eat Hunting Grounds?
Yeah. If we had a casting call here, it'd be pretty good too. So, like, they do one Data Raven with Hunting Grounds. They bypass the other one with After Image. Now, they still have to get through their 5 credits. And then, of course, we do, like, Economic Warfare into Hard Hitting News. And if they can't clear the tags, which seems unlikely, we just Consulting Visitor, boom. We should have enough money. Now again, if they
We'll
do
see what
run,
they do.
they get 2 credits and a link, which helps. Shut the Thoth up.
No, the neighbor's probably like, Thoth is a good card.
I like Thoth. They still need stealth. Yeah, they still don't have any stealth, but the Street Peddler could be something. I don't know whether they're going to run HQ for like Penumbral Toolkit. What else is the stealth card? Like, what's the new stealth? Mantle? Mantle's the thing, right?
Yeah, Mantle is stealth.
Can't bypass without stealth. Yeah, they still need 2. You're right.
There we go.
There you go. Hydra's just infinitely preferable to Thoth. Yeah, essentially, I think you're totally right. Like, wow. Tag. I don't know. Tag. Trace 7 though on this thing, right? You still need to break it usually. You only have 2 clicks. Like 25 credits though is a fair bit. Now if we score this out, we're gonna have to discard something. Probably what we top deck. I hope it's a bad card. I'm so embarrassed. I'm yelling. I always hated that. Oh, are they going HQ for Penumbral? We definitely res a slot machine, right? Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
Like if they don't have access to Black Orchestra, these are gonna hit really hard.
This is gradually becoming an ASMR stream.
Oh yeah, right. They have hunting grounds. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think this is Penumbral, but that means this is Mouseless is gonna hit a tag if they can't deal with it, and it's like the numbers on this if they're Black Orchestra are pretty bad. But again, they could have whatever the modern code gate stealth card is.
Adore?
No.
Or is Adore the...
No. Penrose or something?
Oh yeah, stealth.
Adore is the other one, the dancing one. I'm surprised I didn't dirty laundry this. But do they have a paperclip? Yeah. Okay, maybe they're worried about Enigma. Single access hard hitting news. Ooh, that's a bad look. I think we just
I do feel like I have to whisper too. I feel like
no, it's important.
I've been affected by this.
Otherwise, the levels will be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what I was thinking of.
We're just gonna score this. Okay, that's good. I think we're gonna get rid of the. Oh wait, we have double hard hitting news. I think that's better than daily quest. But no, we need our money. I don't know how else we get money.
We need money now.
Okay.
Because we can't res Thoth. Thoth is so expensive.
We're never resing Thoth, Pat. They've haunted grants. Stop making Thoth happen. 14 cards left in stack. Still digging for answers. Again, a Penrose is probably a singleton. I think it's like 3 influence on top of this 3 influence. Oh, what are you buying? This is a better busker than our busker.
Yeah.
I'm not renaming the
Damn, then we'll have to think of another name for when you do Street Mag.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
I'm telling you, we already have it.
What did we put here? IP block?
Mind free.
Yeah, we were thinking on infringing on Chris Angels. We could draw here once. Oh, sick. I'm glad we didn't throw that out.
Exactly what we need.
There's a chance we don't res this. I think if we res this, they don't run. Like, there's a chance that we don't res that, and then they might run it, fearing the Echo Chamber or Rashida. It seems like they just need to set up more than anything, considering stealth is like totally setup oriented, and they haven't been getting their Paladin. Sorry, their Hersika to card draw. Gachapon's gonna help. Penumbral Toolkit is virtual, but I think you have to make an HQ run unless you want to pay the money. But you can pay the money with Gachapon. It's not that bad. Gachapon Penumbral is kind of cool. We actually didn't pay attention, right? Because in theory, last time they Gachapon, we should have seen the other 4 cards in their deck. There's a chance they actually showed us like that they were on a stealth list. We just like didn't pay attention. And by we, I mean me. No, there's nothing weird. Taka daily cast, stim hack after the worst Taka. They get a paperclip. Oh, that's bad. Remove 2 I've had worses. And shuffle back a boomerang and double stim. Okay, so they're still with 2 or 3 stim hack. This deck feels like it needs a digital rights management. Yeah, kind of. I think it doesn't work with casting call, but I could see it being very powerful. I feel like so many decks just need DRM, but then you play it and draw right, and you're like, yeah, whatever. IP block, yeah.
Might as well.
They break for 3. We res for 2. They get a data sucker though, which is pretty good with stealth as well. Okay, DreamNet fired. They don't have 2-link yet. They're just getting the card draw for this. Again, digital helps. They don't need 2-link. They're at 28. If we do this, we're gonna draw 4 agendas.
Yeah,
I think we do it though.
Do we?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to win.
I guess so. Yeah,
let's try.
Do
click for 3, right? We're gonna click for 2.
We're so boned.
No, we're okay. Like, we still have a play. We have this play. They did see an echo chamber in the bin, which means like our hand is probably loaded with combo, or we have 2 echo chambers. So this could look like an echo chamber. Now their economy is going to dry up, right? Like their economy is dependent right now on Keiko and 2 more liberated accounts we haven't seen. They played all their gambles. Dirty Laundry is a bit hard to get good value from. So like once we get to the late game and we're like 6 cards in the stack, we'll be okay. They might have a single labor rights. I'm worried about rebirth. Like they might rebirth Smash R&D. Like this is definitely an issue. I think installing Naked Draw would have been better. Oh, that's a good point. No, I don't think so. Because if they run it, like, we're not going to be able to punish them. But if they go through this, we're going to be able to punish them. Oh, they finally found a Taka. Oh, that's so bad.
But they're still drawing.
Oh, man. Penrose, bottom 4. So we just jam whatever. Now, unfortunately, Diggerimo is, like, kind of shit. Adori they threw out.
Are you going to... Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Told you, we're going to draw all the agendas. We just cast and call it, right?
Yeah. Is Bologna or Degrino better here? Probably.
Bologna's harder, yeah. So that gets 2 cards out of our hand, and we'll just do advance. Advance. Okay, we have to throw some stuff out. It looks like it's these 2. I don't know to throw this out in archives. They probably want to run archives. Is this fire from archives? Probably. Yeah.
Oh, looks like it does. Cool.
Okay, so now they really have to deal with this. If they don't deal with this, everything we install naked into server 1, they have to run. And now there's only 1 more echo chamber in this list. I do believe we have a single preemptive. And they have to keep checking their most server while keeping their money up so they don't ever get dunked on by double economic into hard hitting.
Yeah.
What card are you keeping the consulting visit for? A boom. That's our only tag punishment. I never explored interaction. Casting call comes with SSO, and yeah, it totally does. There's also another one that's way worse than Wayland that lets you flip any installed agenda face up. What was
the one that lets you make money off of advancements?
Yeah, it's so bad. It's 1 credit per advancement. It's not good, but it was cool with Mumbai Construction Company. It lets you score out like anything from hand if you have enough money. Casting call does too. Casting call shows face up on our turn. That's cool. Yeah, Public Transparency Initiative. Coca-Cola, how's it going? So they actually have to pump and break, so haha, 2 for 2.
Yeah, we got him.
Got him good. Enjoy your data, Raven. Nerd. But this one, they're going to Hunting Grounds. And then they have enough stealth to bypass. This server's actually really shitty. Like, it's not a good server.
And now they get to figure that out.
It's a surprisingly bad server. Well, there's nothing to figure out.
3 tags, though, right?
2. Like, they bypass 1, and they Hunting Grounds the other one. Why are they taking the tag? Oh, they hit -1. God, our money is so bad. Our server's so bad. They have all the tech. Like, we actually need, like, a mouseless on this remote. Or an Enigma.
Are we going to value Econ Warfare then?
No.
Or is that just terrible?
No, I think it's bad. We want to make sure that they can't clear all the tags. Oh, wait, Hunting Grounds. I think he used it. When the runner encounters Data Raven. When you encounter Sentry. Oh, okay. Ah, aye. Yeah, so in theory they have to use that. Oh man, this is so bad. This is so bad. Okay, that was the first one. Aye, looks good. Yeah, so they bypassed 1 with after image. Man, Ravens are so taxing usually, but again, Hunting Grounds after image, that'll do it. The most taxing guys was the Gutenberg. Now they still have to do the trace here, but again, they can just trace it. Yeah, hunting ground is automated, but you have to do it before encounter. Yeah, you have to do it basically on the approach, sort of. All good. Okay, so we're firing. Oh, I forgot to do that. We're definitely not going to boost there. And now we have no money. We're looking at no IPOs in this list, I don't think. 3 hedge funds out, 3 daily quests out, 2 Rashidas out, no NGO front. I think we're cornered. Unless we can just jam aggressively. And then it's 6 credits for them to clear this. Again, the best thing we can do is just make sure that they run out of money. And they can run the server so cheaply every turn. Any piece of ice we'd have is better on this server than what we have here. An IP block would be better. 18. Okay, wait. Oh, hold on. We can drop down to 10 credits. They're going to get 2 credits though and flip and get a link. If we get 10 credits, I think, thinking. So they're at 20. So we can drop them down to 12 credits. That means they can clear all the tags. Well, they'll lose 1 to Hoshiko. But yeah, no good. So I think we need to get like an Enigma on the server, which is still very difficult, or find a third thing. The other thing we can do is like install advanced degree mill. How could it install advanced degree?
Doesn't feel great.
It doesn't feel great. You're right. The most taxing thing on that server was, and there's probably a boomerang on Street Battler. The most taxing thing about the server was the casting call.
Let's
hope they have to use Black Orchestra. Oh god, that was so expensive. Yeah, they don't look like they have Black Orchestra. I think attitude adjustment's like okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they're on Stargate. They don't have the MU for it. Would Thoth be better? No, it would be so much worse. I'm gonna bin this. I don't know. It's not bad. RD seems pretty secure comparatively. Never mind. There's a Thoth out there. We're fucked. The thing is, like, they have 2 liberated accounts left, and that's a problem. That's a lot of money. They don't have to do anything. If they have a caddy, I think we 100% lose. As long as they don't fuck up. Man, that's why I love snare and sync, right? There's not a lot of on-access tags.
Yeah, it's true. That is a good combo. That's funny.
We thought you were on Penrose.
Penrose?
Yeah, okay, Ice Carver. So Black Orchestra at the bottom 2 cards? Oh, that's so bad. You could always gank them into good or something. It's not that good though. They can just break it. Like after image you can just use normally, right? Yeah, they don't have to boost the strength now because they have Ice Carver. Just 1 credit. Hydra, don't got it. Hydra's so bad against after image. Alright, wait, that means we're the Liberateds. Are there 2 Liberateds on the Street Peddler? They're going to discard something here. It looks like it's a Black Orchestra, right? Yeah, there you go. I think we do value econ. Click for 3.
Click for
2. This is so bad. I feel like we didn't rush fast enough. Like if we had a DRM, there were so many turns in the early game where we could have jammed out, and we did not. A DRM, an attitude adjustment, or Rashida, anything that would draw us into agendas would be good. Because now we got to this board state. Sure. They found all their pieces. They found their hunting grounds. So we're totally goofed up. If they have a Liberates here or a Rebirth, we're in a really bad spot. I think Rebirth might be a bit less likely considering this package is a lot of MU. Like this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The hunting grounds will probably come down at some point, right? Wait, there's still a lot of MU unaccounted for, or influence. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just 7 so far. What the heck do they have? What else do they have?
What's on that Street Peddler?
Like, if they have another one of these, that'd be wild. That's 8, 9, 10. Let's say 2 oh wait, hunting grounds. That's another one. 8. I don't know.
I guess they didn't fill it up.
Yeah, 9's good.
It happens.
Yeah, like 14. I don't know, man. Well, they have everything. 3 deuces? They could be, but we probably would have seen them by now.
Yeah, we would have seen it.
The cool thing now that they don't have a deck is Hoshiko's actually just a downside. Net recur. Oh yeah, it could be on a single net recur. That would make sense, but they would have pulled it out by now. Yeah, no, net recur does make a lot of sense. That's like 3 influence. Yeah, they're just clicking for credits. Throwing out a second Black Orchestra. Fucking Arc. Oh, Boomerang. We saw Boomerang. They're in 2 Boomerang at least. Okay, I'm not thinking, just jamming. Because they're gonna run out of money, man. Like liberated accounts, where are they? And every turn, right? Like they have to install something. Paladin Pueblo's gonna get trashed. Taka gives them 2 credits a turn because of Keiko. We're not resting Thoth. Okay, well, res an IP block. Good stuff. And 100 grounds makes the slot machine also look pretty silly.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Man, things like Archangel, which are pretty common in sync decks, like that would be really good. Arc rotate? No, it's in Dating Destiny. It's gonna be a while. We'll still res this. We make 2 credits when they hit the product placement, maybe a 4 credit swing too, which is nice. Again, we have an 8 credit swing in our pocket. And Hoshiko is going to just make them poor every turn. For 1 link. Probably that's fire.
-1 Goot, +1 Angel.
Makes yeah, actually, slot machine, this is wrong. Hunting Grounds think this does nothing, right? Like, they don't have any cards in their deck. They could have used it if they wanted to run another server.
Oh, true.
We don't have to res this. I don't think there's any reason to not res it. No, we're not res it because then they don't know what to access first. That in theory could be an issue. On 20 credits, not really.
Yeah, make them spend some brain power.
Yeah, but if in theory, if there's like a Prisec and then they hit R&D and it's a quantum predictive model, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
true.
Benefit here. -1 Goot, +1 Archangel. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think we would take a Thoth out though sooner than the Goot. Goot's kind of nice. 6 strength sentries feels good. The thing is, like, you have to know about that. Like, if we knew that we had a Goot in our deck, I don't think we'd as quickly put the Thoth on R&D. They also probably have a Hippo or 2 in their hand. We've only seen 1. So what's their hand? It's like Boomerang, Hippo. I'm surprised there's not more liberated. Isn't jamming Raven to Thoth pretty solid though? No? Not really. Like, if Thoth trace 4 for 2 damage, trace 4 for 2 tags, like, that sucks. Yeah, totally.
I think you have to close prompt or something.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. I think I hit that button. Tag that you want to act. Yeah, but then I hit no further actions, didn't I? Maybe we did fuck it up. All right, product placement, they're trashing that. 11 cards left in R&D again. There's like 3 agendas in there. Trash the last Echo Chamber. We do have a preemptive coming up. They're on 18 credits. They didn't take a single tag during this run. There's a liberated. Fuck. So we can make them lose 8 credits, which would put them on 14. That's no good. Do we even? I don't even think we Rashida.
Not in this case, right?
No, we lose if we Rashida.
I mean, I think we just lose.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Data Raven on server 1 seems kind of nice. I think it's like the only play we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to stack all the Ravens, but we're gonna lose an R&D pretty soon. Gem Degree Mill into HHN turn? I don't think we have that though. Right? Like, install events we're on 10. They run the server for so cheap, right? This is 1 credit. This is free. This is free. A murder in server 1. Yeah, we have to do the whole murder in server 1. So we get rid of the Goot. That's 1 credit. It's not worth it. The Enigma is kind of worth it. Cost them 6. It's actually the best dice we got. So we're gonna install this and then recoup most of the cost. A bit more than half. Yeah, we can install the green mill face down, but like, they know 2 echo chambers are out. So like, the only thing that this could be is this looks like a product placement more than Rashida. Maybe they don't know that we don't fight Rashida. They also don't know that we're not on NGO fronts. So sometimes like installing the degree mill looks a bit better than it is.
True.
And this is actually like a really interesting card. Like, if they have 4 credits on liberated accounts and they steal this, it puts another liberated into their deck. Like, it's actively bad for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny.
Like, in theory, they shouldn't clear the liberated if they expect it. Boomerang, probably HQ, right? Ooh, okay. Why?
No, that seems bad.
Yeah, that's a click with 2 credits. That seems bad. Because that's a click and 2 credits instead of losing 3. Unless they're worried of us gaining 3, which, yeah, okay.
But we won't gain 3 because they've got no stack.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is bad. Yeah, it doesn't seem good. Data sucker. Okay. Yeah, click and 2 credits is the same as letting it fire. Cool. Now they have to draw it, which I guess they do clicklessly, so it feels a bit better because Hoshiko's ability fires. They see 1 card. They don't seem to have a turning wheel or any multi-axis. Oh no, there's the turning wheel.
There we go.
Trashing a rebirth. What? Oh, I guess it was on Street Peddler, so they had no chance. And the last typo. So we're gonna lose that turning wheel. Oh, they draw on DreamNet? Yeah, but DreamNet fires after. Like you shuffle that thing after the run. Saw Stealth and Eneric and thought, huh? Looks like a Solomir deck, and here we are. Hey, on brand. Oh, it's a Degree Melt. There you go. Shuffling back a Liberated Count of the turning wheel. Yeah, I don't think we win this one. Yeah, we should probably concede.
This. Yeah, because they trashed all the echo chambers, right?
Yeah, we have a preemptive, but like install Liberated. We could maybe double. There's also a boom in here. If they trash that, we're in an issue. I think we're just okay. So I would concede here. So we're gonna just try and blow our proverbial load. Technically a play. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I guess so.
I guess it's a play. No, it's not a play. We should concede. The only possible out here is looks like an NGO front and they choose not to run it. But again, that's the problem. We're on game point. So even if they float the Data Raven tags, they don't have to worry about any associated punishment. Oh no, Taka. Oh no. Oh, they fucked that up. They should have ran. They can't take a tag.
Oh no. Wait, do they have one of each of those?
No, they lost one early. They RFG'd one. Gonna yeah, totally. That's the only way we could possibly win is if they lose Taka. And even then, I don't think we win. Yeah, that fox is hungry. She needs some food. Yeah, so they just want to run once a turn to use the Taka credits. It's only during runs. If this wasn't during runs, you could just boost your breakers whenever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah.
Cool. Casting call doesn't matter on game point. I'm just gonna hit the concede button, okay?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, good game. There's no way out. There is no way out. Oh, we needed to go way faster. Yeah, once they're set up with all that tech after Midget and Hunting Grounds, we don't have a chance. And the econ is good enough, and we're not getting econ. Took too long to start. Yeah, totally. No laundries, no breakers. Yeah, they struggled for their breakers for a while. I still don't know what all the influence in their list is. It doesn't look like they're on a Nemriker. Thanks for the game, eh? Cool deck. Yeah, we need to go way faster. And again, there's ways to do that. Draw better. Digital rights management is also definitely a thing that lets you pull 5/3s from your deck and just jam into the remote. It does give you some reveal of what your agendas are, but that's kind of the thing with without. Like if you're playing a sync list with 6 agendas, there's not really a surprise what your agendas are, right? Like you're not.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not on. Oh, you could play the 4/3. I don't think that helps anything, but basically you're not on SSL. It's illegal. You're on Bologna, and then you're probably on Degree Mill. There's no really other 5/3s in NBN, if I don't think, and the neutral ones don't make a lot of sense. That's why World's Brew play against Sandran too. How'd that go? You look like you got the tech. Yeah, I think this is a really rough matchup. So they played against Worlds, and Sand did, I would assume, better than Soulmate. Sand came 35th. That's pretty good. But yeah, they definitely took that game off of them. I feel like such a dickhead. I'm really upset that my neighbors are I was yelling like that. Not bad.
Yeah.
Stronger early pressure than laundry to makes keep money up while running. Yeah. Yeah, this engine will draw a lot while running. Obviously Hoshiko, DreamNet, everything like that. Yeah. Looks good. Thanks again for the game, eh? Pat.
Andre.
Thanks for joining me, man.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna pull the OBS to this window, but that's not right. Glad to have you on, man. Thanks to everyone who's playing games, everyone hanging out in chat, joining us for this ASMR section here at the end. It got pretty late, 12:07. We're usually not streaming at this point. The lights turn off around here. They cut the power.
You shake the bus by now.
Yeah, right. New world, I guess. Thanks for hanging out, man. We'll be back in a week. We'll be back next Thursday. And take care, everyone who's watching this. Shout outs to people watching. I feel like my ending here is now so scrambled. It's usually like pretty definite. Thanks to everyone we play games with, everyone watching in the VOD, everyone in chat. Always a pleasure to hang out. I really always get like pretty stoked for Thursday nights. Hopefully you feel at least somewhat the same. And that's largely it. Take care.
All right. Bye, everybody.